What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, and I'm here with my new hat. Oh, but I'm also here with Geekeasy over here. And below me, I have, well, the one and only Eric Breen. I guess I'm the only one on camera tonight, which is good for ratings, I guess, right?
We're old and fat. Do you want us on?
But sometimes it's the you can. How am I going with this? There are things in the museum I don't generally think are attractive, but they're there and they're educational.
Yeah, but that'd be you.
Yeah, you ain't no bathing beauty yourself there, bub.
And why are we talking about Zach when he's not here?
That's right. Zach, if we were the A team, Zach is definitely face.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, but who's BA?
I know
we're still looking.
Okay.
I know I was gonna say it's Eric because somehow he's dragged into these.
Yeah, but the person I'd want to be on that team would be Hannibal. You know, the brains.
I'd just rather be Murdoch. Let me fly the helicopter and I'll be on my way.
And be ignorantly insane.
What's going on, everybody here? Jay Lucian said he's been waiting here all day. I made sure I watched the chat, make sure he didn't leave, and he was here all day. All as well. You also got MK popping in here earlier. What's up, bro? Rania's here as well. Hey, how's it going, little Rhaegar? Always got to do that. It's the first one of the year, so I get that on my
New
system.
Year, still creepy.
Right. Well,
I
don't have creepy. I don't have creepy or eerie tonight. Sorry.
But
I'm working my way through the newest creepy, or the newest one that I have.
Everybody's talking about all that stuff about me. Why don't they just let me live? Tell me why. And Jay's saying that Zach will be here in 30 minutes.
Or he's free.
I can't make jokes about Zach tonight. As everybody's aware, I made a vow that I am not going to make fun of Zach this year.
Wait a second. It's January 4th. 68% of New Year's resolutions are broken by now. Just join the majority.
I'm going to resist temptation.
You won't make it.
That being said, everyone else is free to make fun of Zach as much as they want. I
can resist everything but temptation. So,
what's there to tempt you?
Booze.
What's that? The leave studio button? That's always tempting, Eric. Anyway.
Yeah, and unlike where the Mickey Mouse reading is, I know where that button is.
Yes. For context, Eric messages me. He's like, "Where's the Mickey Mouse video? Get taken down." So I go to the homepage. I'm like, "It's in the middle of the screen when you go on the PC. Look there. It's under past live streams. Fifth one in or something like that."
Yeah, well, I said, checking videos doesn't seem like a dumb thing to do. It was a video.
No, that's the thing. If we are specifically a video program where we upload videos, everything's offline, then I would recommend doing videos. But live streams are always going to be under the live tab.
That never occurred to me. I tell you.
Yeah, I just found that out about a week ago when I was looking for someone else's live stream. And I'm like, it's not listed. And then I found that it was live streams. And it's like, okay.
See, the reason why I say that is because there'll be times when I'll be watching the auction, say, and I'll jump off of there for a second on my phone. I'll go back into YouTube, and it's nowhere. Just that quick.
Hey, I am tempted to go to our videos and actually take them down and upload them again as live streams. So that's they're all in one time.
And I thought because what happened with Steamboat Willie, going to the public domain.
Oh yeah, you're
and all the things that they can't do anything about. I just figured they were scouring the everything they could to find something they could throw their weight around with.
I mean, I'm looking at these videos. I mean, if the Triumph of the Green Goblin was at 278, or some of these other ones are 200 views, or Walking Dead, which is over 402 as well, I would take them down and re-upload them as lives, But I wish I could just move them all to the live stream because they really much are, they weren't live. they're still the same format, but yeah, that's the way it is. All right, just going around with my phone here and just pulling up the Geeky Puppet Show on my phone. For those of you who haven't done so, it's time to do it. All right, cool. Give us an extra view. And speaking of extra stuff, we've gotten some extra subs. We're at 479 now. 500 is looking at reality, and then Rager can insult me through Super Chat.
That's an easier way to get insulted is when you get paid to.
Right? None of these more free insults. Who wants to do that? You got to pay to insult me. That's where it's at.
But that makes it even more fun when I'm doing it towards...
and then we read it.
Dude. Right. Towards Zach. That's for free. Once I have to start paying to do it, then I might not do it.
Oh, we pay every time. We pay every time. All right. Speaking of paying for things, well, you're not here to hear us talk about rambling things. So let's talk about books. And 13 people watching. That's kind of cool. For the new year, hopefully we stay in the double digits. Wouldn't it be crazy to get to 30 again? That was insane. All right. So speaking of new books came out, I don't put this book in any order because it's a book that ended. It's just being reprinted, the new format. So this is The Walking Dead, issue number, I believe, 80. Alexandra gets run over with the zombies, and they have to. One of the guys dies, and they close the gate. Meanwhile, Andrea is stuck out in the watchtower. So very fun book.
You mean somebody dies in The Walking Dead? Shocking.
Oh, Bruce does. And then this is the original cover with Andrea being up in the bell tower, watching the zombies. So fun book. Rick also gets laid at the end too. So he gets laid a lot of the books. Random people. All right, my number 9 of the week. That's right. I only got 9 books. Shocking. Well, 9 new books. Everything else I got is about I got some really cool back issues that I think my pa Eric Breen will be really happy with. All right, number 9. I just don't know if I want to continue this. For me, it's not offensive. I haven't read a lot of Captain America books, so I can't really say they're boring to me. But it is true though. It is a character that never really appealed to me on comic form. When he guest starred, it was a different story. That being Mr. Straczynski writing this, Straczynski was great on Thor, but I hear from Eric he wasn't so hot on some other books. Eric, I know you kind of dipped out of this, right?
I did. I quit after the 3rd issue. So
basically, now they know that there is a demon, and Doctor Strange recognizes it, tells him what it is. He tells Steve, "There's no way you can defeat it. You might as well, like says, hold on before basically wait till I get there, because he's busy in another dimension with Glia, fighting some monsters. And so basically, what Steve does is what he does best. He fights, and that's what's really cool about this book. It's foreshadowing in the past as in the present, same time. Steve does not give up. That's what this whole issue is basically. The whole moral of the story is that Steve's not a quitter. No matter what, if he's down, whether he's got even in the past when he has no powers, he's trying. One of his guys comes to him, tells him, "Hey, I saw them. I saw Baron John Strucker, and Baron Zemo, and something about a bomb. Steve learns there's a bomb in the truck, and he's, and he risks life and limb to get out of there, run back, tell the gangster, that was helping him out, the Jewish gangster. He says, "Hey, this is what it is. They're gonna try and stop this." But he says at the end, it's like, the guy is like, he's basically Steve's beat up. He's laying there. He's like, and the gangster's like, "Hey, you need to sit this out. You don't look so." He's like, "No, take me back with me. I have to see this through." And it's kind of what's going on in the present too. You can see some of the art here too. We get to see the bad guy. He's pretending to be a gardener or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's overhearing at the peace conference, which is still going to go on regardless. That he's gonna basically his whole goal is to trap everybody in there, but he also wants Steve Rogers in there too as well, because his whole thing is he wants to kill Steve Rogers. So he knows by luring him in there, it's just gonna it's just gonna do. We did get a little comedy though, because the little puppet figure we saw, Doctor Strange. This is it's a way that Doctor Strange can still communicate, because it's figured like a walkie-talkie. So he has the head in his pouch, and they make a joke about what is Steve carrying in his pouches, because we know he doesn't have any weapons or like that. And Doctor Strange jokes about how there's a half-eaten gorilla in there, and then there's a mint, basically implying that that's all it carries in his food, snacks. So
Doctor Strange is not a quipster. That's a problem I had before I dipped out of this. It's like it's too cutesy for its own good in too many places.
It's a lot better than the Danzig Kelly story, but I don't mind it though. So basically, when they're trying to make out, Strange is still
banging on a typewriter is better than Lansing and Kelly.
I would say Monkeys on a typewriter are better than most writers at Marvel and DC.
Well, that's true, but I had Lansing and Kelly on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
so
anyway,
you just mentioned them.
Yes, so even though he's told he's not supposed to stand down, Sharon said she's going to fight along his side. Steve ends up going into basically at the end in the peace conference. All the doors are sealed off, no one get in, and it's Steve, and basically we get this kind of like panel by panel, here side by side. No matter what, he's not going to give up. He's gonna hold out until Doctor Strange can show up. Even though Doctor Strange said, "Is if you fight this guy, you will die." It's because the guy is basically an arch level like demon. Like there's Iron Angel, he's the equivalent of that. You can't kill him. So, like I said, I don't know how long this is going to go on. This is only issue 5, and I'm already kind of bored with the past stuff. Stop showing the past stuff. It's kind of like for those who watched Arrow in when they started doing the flashbacks, I got sick of it after a week or so. And yeah, so anyway, that's my number 9. What could be better than that? Well, I'll show you. My number 8 this week is final issue of Dead Flowers by Vampirella. Breen, did you pick this up?
Mm-hmm.
I like this because it really felt like I was reading a demon book. That being said, DC's Demon, because it rhymed throughout the whole way through. Which I liked. Vampirella killing the bad guy, but the whole time it's like the clever writing by Sarah Frazetta is making puns or gets out of the lyrics stuff. Pretty cool. We still never know why the girl is blue though. Whatever reason that is, why she's color blue. But at the end, there's a happy ending for basically like the werewolf. Basically, he gained the ability to regain his humanity, but still turned into a werewolf. Him and his daughter, and I believe it's the wizard girl that was always with her. What's her name? Hatch or something? I can't remember what her name is here. But what's really cool though, at the end is there's a happy in that, and then it says how, and then we learn that that Frank Frazetta is having issues in his little house here, and basically it says where he lives is where the veil is thin, between the afterlife and the real world. So there's always something attracted to their house, their loving home. Frank Frazetta, he hears a noise. He goes down. He sees that the painting of Vampirella has been knocked over. And then, his daughter screams, goes up in the room. There's some kind of hex or a spell or pentagram there. And basically, Vampirella, he says, I know just who to call. He ends up calling Vampirella. So we don't know if this is being continued. This is the end for now, though. So I'm assuming they're going to do another volume.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd be down for one.
But I thought it was a nice ending for this, for a Vampirella book, indie book, and like you said, it wasn't. When I say lyrics were kind of humorous, I mean to me it's humorous because it's like they're rhyming. Like they didn't do that in the previous issues.
There's only one thing. There's only one downer in this book.
What's that?
When I saw the preview for Vampirella 666, and I go, oh, "That looks great." Oh, he's writing it, and I never thought I'd get to a point where, for 40 years, seeing written by Christopher Priest was like, yes. They finally found a character where it's no.
Christopher Priest's Vampirella is like reading Mark Russell's Red Sonja. It's shit, and it's not.
It's not. It's not much better than that, and it's a shame. Now, I'm sure there are people that like it. It just, I look for different things to do with the Vampirella character. Make her a short-haired mom jean wearing, slightly overweight lesbian like Mark Russell, not one of them, and making her a lesbian with psychological issues, also not one of them. It's just it's like that. Chris Priest found the one character that I just don't like his work on, unfortunately.
This is the book I've been reading. Is the Red Sonja by Thorin Grunbeck and Walter Giovanni.
Isn't he writing all of the other Vampirella books?
Not all of them, but he's writing enough of them to keep me from buying a lot of them.
We're talking about Brees has been reading The Rage, which has been horrible.
I stopped getting them just because I couldn't stand this stuff.
Yeah. But Thorin Grunbeck has been writing Red Sonja, and that's been basically a welcome to older fans like me who like the original stuff, the Roy Thomas stuff. It's not as good as Roy Thomas, but it's a step in the right direction. As I said, this is I give this about a nice 4 to 5. I'd say it's above average. It's good. Nice wrapping up the ending. What more do you want from a story like this? It's
it's something different. I liked it.
Yeah. All right. My number 7 of the week. Superman 78. This is Robert Venditti. Fun book. A lot of the humor you could have in the 70s stuff. But what's really cool is the Easter eggs. Is Robert Venditti confirmed that actually is Highball down there. That's Hal Jordan. At the bottom there. But is that John Stewart then?
I hope not. They didn't travel in the same circles.
I know. But then again, this is.
See, now I think we are in disagreement on this one. I don't like the idea of other characters from the DC universe in this because to me that's this is the Christopher Reeve verse, and I kind of just like it being its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if he shows up as Green Lantern at some point, then I think I will be disappointed because we've got a million universes for that.
I don't think he will. Maybe years from now, maybe a couple years from now, maybe they'll do a Christopher Reeves Justice League. But people are like, well, you need a Batman 89. It's like I don't need a Tim Burton and a Christopher Reeve, not the Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve on the same team. Something like that. I'm okay.
Say, if somebody wants to do a miniseries outside of one of these with the Christopher Reeve Superman, the Michael Keaton Batman, and Linda Carter Wonder Woman, that would be fun if it's in the right hands.
That would be fun, but I think I agree with you, Breen, because if you look at the Christopher Reeve Superman, that's bright and hopeful, and the Burton stuff is just the way Batman is supposed to be. It's dark, so they wouldn't go together as a team up.
So basically, like I said, then they draw. I basically is the Christopher Reeve Clark Kent more than I like the Superman part. Just the way they captured the art and style, the humor, everything.
Well, did you notice how Chris Evans Steve Rogers, skinny Steve Rogers looked like in Cap?
Really?
The one panel you show is good grief. That's that's skinny Chris Evans.
Where did you see which panel was that?
It was in Captain America.
Okay.
I said Steve Rogers. He looked a lot like Chris Evans, at least in one of the panels.
So pretty much, I mean, it's pretty good. We get a lot more Perry White in this issue. Wants a story about what's going on, that the plane is destroyed and stuff. and what's Superman's involvement. And Clark knows the real story, but Lois is kidding, or basically says that, I have a source. And he basically is like, who's your source? Because he doesn't say it to her, but he knows that Superman's not her source. So who's she talking to on the phone? We don't know. It could be General Lane, her dad. We don't know. But at the end here, we get a little hint here, and the guy steals a paper, and Gene Hackman's back. Lex Luthor's back.
I will say this artist, for lack of a better word, simple style, he makes all those characters look like the actors that played them.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jackie Cooper is amazing.
Oh, right there?
Yeah. Yes.
See, I would rather have it like this, because they do such a good job at making them look like they're supposed to, than some of this other stuff that they're doing. This I don't mind at all. I wish that a lot of comics would be like that. Not a lot, but some of the ones with that really horrible art.
And then I guess they're advertising for the new movie coming out. I guess this is the animated part, DCU.
Yeah, I will say that I like him looking like Christopher Reeve in these series. Mm-hmm. I was not a big fan when Gary Frank did it in Action Comics.
Yeah,
it just kind of seemed, kind of, I don't know. And Christopher Reeve had died not that long ago either, so it's kind of.
It's like I said, this is simple. It's simple art. It's not offensive art.
No.
And the story. You follow the story, and the story to me is like, you got Metallo. We're starting to see that he basically doesn't like being told what to do, holding up. Because now he's power hungry. He wants to get fights. He's already beat Superman. He's cocky. So we're gonna have another fight. And Clark, that's one of the issue, is feeling the after effects. He's also got PTSD. He's never been beaten up like that before, especially with the kryptonite. So he's watching his face. He's seeing the image of Corbin, Michael Corbin's face, And so it's interesting to see how they put this into comic book form. And I honestly, Robert Venditti is supposed to be getting another book, though. I guess a main Superman book. Other than this, we'll see what it is. Because I did like the way he wrote Superman Man of Tomorrow, the digital form comic he did. So Collect and Trade. Go check that out if you haven't done so. That was fun. But my number 6 of the week is a book that it basically just ended as well. And you should be checking this out over at Dark Horse. Dark Horse has got some really cool stuff. This is Cullen Bunn. I know some of you older timers were like, oh, Cullen Bunn. You need that crappy Marvel stuff in the early day. I think it was Wolverine or I forget what it was, or Blade. I can't remember. But Cullen Bunn's getting better. And he's pretty much good suited for horror stuff. That's
always been a strong suit.
Yeah. He just did was in Night Stalkers for Scout Comics last year. Another fun book.
I also think it's that once he gets to do independent stuff like this, he's staying away. He doesn't have to deal with editorial interference. So I think that might have something to do with it.
And I feel like that's a lot of writers. A lot of the better writers. Not all of them are crazy on social media and calling us bigots. There actually are some of them. I think some of them actually just play the game sometimes. Just so they can keep their jobs, they get going, get a paycheck until they get somewhere else. Like
that's why a lot of them are bagging, man. I mean, take a look at Snyder, all these other guys. That when you look at like witches and stuff like that for Snyder, that stuff is fantastic. You see his in stuff, it's horrible. That's why they're just saying, "See ya."
So basically, this is the wrap up. I don't want to spoil too much. I'll show you some pages, but Van Helsing is with the group of kids and. They're going against the monsters. They find out that their souls are connected to the reels, and and they want to put some reels so they can take over the world. And they're all fighting over the reels. So they realize that their lives depend on it, and it wraps up pretty nicely. Now there is one girl who's annoying throughout those songs here, and not being racist, it's just the girl who's recording everything. Now, once you finish this book, they'll explain everything. Why I did not like this character, because what she does throughout the whole entire series, she records everything. Their phone.
But now, Since you're 8, 7, and 6 were my 3 books.
Yep.
I'd be curious to see what 5 books you found better than that, because I thought that was terrific. Now, I guess why? Yeah, because I this way I don't even have to take a turn.
Sure.
He took an idea that we've seen before,
Monster Squad.
but added to that among others, and added things to it that we hadn't. In one way, but in another way, it was every slasher movie we've ever seen plus one, if that makes any sense. Because what does every slasher movie have?
Well, a hero.
Well, there's a term for it.
Final girl.
Yes, that's why I said the plus one.
Yes.
I didn't see the swerve was worthy of Strickland on you know who, and I thought that was clever. And like I said, it was like the early seasons of Walking Dead.
Sir Strickland.
Nobody was safe. Well, actually, the only person I knew dead nuts had no shot of dying was the black girl.
But you know what though? There is one movie I can think of in recent years. There's a reboot of it. Was a Friday the 13th reboot. 2 people survived.
Well, it's okay. I didn't know that. But
that was the only time I've ever seen that. Yeah, so I don't watch a lot of horror movies. Maybe other people who do, like, well, I know that's a common trope. I don't think it is, but it's the first I've seen it in comic book form, and I've also seen it in a movie, a reboot of it.
Now, maybe in the sequel, if there is one, they can do like they did. Because remember the first Friday the 13th? Remember what they did to the final girl in the first scene of the sequel?
Yes.
We can hope, because she was annoying.
Yes.
Very, very good series. Apparently, well, not apparently, I saw it. Perch and Joe interviewed Cullen Bunn and somebody. I apologize to this person. I do not know who they were. I don't remember his name. On Perch's channel, it came out earlier today.
Oh, nice. I do recommend people check out their channels, at least as far as Perch's channel. I don't think Joe has a channel.
Joe doesn't have one. Joe doesn't have time to have a channel.
With how much knowledge he has, he'd be fun to listen to. Him and Paulo, put them on a stream together.
Well, I said Joe can't stop. I mean, he's on so much other stuff.
Well, he's writing too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you want to see what my next 5 books?
Yes.
These are. Well, this is the book that I've just been enjoying it, and it's through Titan Comics. Conan the Barbarian. I got the bleak cover. It's just been fun.
It's the best Conan's ever looked on a cover.
Right?
I'd go see that movie.
I would too.
Right? I don't know why they didn't reboot it with the hawk chick instead of just doing Mimosa, whatever his name is. We didn't need him.
Mimosa.
But, yeah, Mimosa.
I like Mimosa better.
Yes.
But I said this is Doug Braithwaite. He's been doing the art on this, and it's really good. Art.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if that was the guy that did Lord of the Jungle, but that's Doug Braithwaite.
Yeah.
It's the best I've ever seen. I've always liked his art. That's the best I've ever seen that look.
All right, and then of course we get all the demons are attacking the ghosts because it continues. This is the second volume. It continues from the first volume where Conan had to go against his giant black spire thing, and then as we conduit, and there's a lot of demons and souls in there. He destroyed it. He's hired to basically, just like in the first movie, is a thief to go steal something, and he does. And turns out it's a piece of that spire, which summons these demons basically to come after them, attack them. And as Conan says, "What the hell do we kill these with?" Because they don't know that they don't watch Supernatural like I did with the Winchesters. You got to use silver. But eventually one of the guys does. He basically pulls out a package of pouch of silver. Conan strikes it, causes the pain, grabs the guys, pulls them out. Like I said, this is the art is just wonderful. Throughout the whole entire series, Conan is basically mulling over Belit, who died before issue 5 came out. This is
issue died in Conan 100.
Yeah. Well,
She
in
dies
this,
a lot.
yeah, but she came to his rescue and stuff, and I guess it's really cool because you see here, where did I see it? I was going through, and she does come back though, which is really cool how she does, and here. Oh, here's the wild Zach.
Wow, I can't believe there's 15 people here all waiting.
All right, 16. So as we see this actually was her. You see her in the ghost form, so she's still guardian angel protecting him. But like I said, this is just phenomenal art here and storytelling. If you like the Conan Barbarian, where people are just being attacked and split apart, gutted, and you like a guy who just likes having wenches while he drinks, because he drinks himself because he misses her. And well, of course, his new companions like him too. Conan gets a lot of ass. I gotta say that. And I can't really. Well, there's only one problem. The girl he hooked up with, now she wants to kill him, and there's a little bit of nudity right there, but you can't really see it. But she's gonna stab him now with a knife. Dames, I tell you, dames.
It's like,
Who hasn't had a girl want to kill him after they hooked up with him? I mean, that's
I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's like Cliff Clavin said, dames is grief, Sammy.
Of course, he has the cover gallery, and this is based off the Robert E. Howard stories. So,
and I have to disagree with Ash when someone showed that for and he goes, "Sweet J. Lee cover." It looks like one of Kelly Jones' Dead Man covers.
It looks like ass. That really looks like ass. Sorry.
Well, it said the girl looks like she's been dead for weeks.
It's supposed to be Belit. Yeah.
Oh, so she has been dead for weeks.
Yep.
Never mind. I take that back. Sweet cover.
But yeah, the occurs the little golden book. There's the main cover you see right there on the left. So
yeah, I can just see some oblivious parent seeing that cutesy cover and buying it for their little kid.
Now that cutesy cover, that reminds me of those Scotty Young covers. I do not see the big deal. Everyone seems to love the Scotty Young covers, and I don't understand that at all.
Not even a little bit.
I mean, I like the cup there, Franklin.
Oh, I'm just drinking. Thank you, though. It's my number 4. You asked why this guy up in number 4, Eric? Because they mix it with Scooby Doo. This is a Scooby Doo issue.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just.
I know.
I really liked Midnight Show, and I was just surprised that there were 5 things you liked better.
So, of course, we get Daphne here in the beginning. A girl named Daphne, a redhead in a purple outfit. While they're partying on the yacht, and they're in Lake Michigan, sea monster comes and just basically pulls Daphne down and disappears. So then the next day, we get was really cool about this. We get to see a girl who looks like Velma. She's actually called Velma. There's even a guy who looks like Fred called Fred in this. And then we have so basically Robin shows up with her friend, her Native American friend who has his wolf as a pet. They end up becoming the Shaggy and Scooby, getting high off of some weed, some medicinal weed. And hijinks happen.
Is this a one-off?
It's a one-off.
And what's it's Robin Hood what?
Robin Hood, Blood in the Water.
I'm getting that tomorrow. That looks fun.
It's literally just like I said, they come across, they follow the trail. They got Crocodile Dundee with them, and it's got his wombat called Wombi. Well, they're hunting the monster. Like I said, it's just so much fun. And they're chasing after Velma. She ran ahead. He's getting, what's really cool about it is like you see him right here and right here. He's like, oh man, I could almost taste it. I have to get it. That's Scooby Doo and Shaggy. Do they see the food in there? Because they're high, they're really hungry. When they get anxieties, they want to eat. They eat food. just a lot of hijinks. So there you go. We get to see Fred right there. It's a bad shot of him, but he's basically his dad owns a bunch of. He's rich until he has a yacht. He doesn't like most other people. I mean, it even has a thing. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't you men like kids. But everything it's just fun all the way through this, and then of course at the end, we see something really cool. We walk to the mystery machine. That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I as soon as I read it, because usually these are at the bottom of my piles. These are not in the top fives. They're still good books, but lately they've been kind of like hit or miss. But I was like, as soon as I wait, they said Daphne, now they say Velma, Fred, and who did he say at the end? He's driving away. He's like, what do you say? He's like, hey gang, make room for the passengers, said Fred. Seems like you got a full ride already. He's like, yeah, we're taking a little cross-country trip. You got any special plan for this trip we should know about? You never know. The world is full of mysteries. And he's got the ascot, too, everything you can see right there.
Very cool.
Oh, my gosh. He's like, and the guy, you see the dog in the front, he's like, mysteries? I don't like the sound of that. Let's vote on mystery or pizza pie. And he goes, Rizzerai. The Scooby, it's like I'm with you, pal. Pizza pie it is. Scooby Dooby Doo. They say at the very bottom.
Right.
Like I said, I had no idea this was going to be a Scooby Doo book, and it just made it so much better. A horror Scooby Doo thing. It's fun. All right. Number 3 was actually Doctor Strange. This is actually getting a little better. Now, for those who like classic Doctor Strange, I never really read those, so I don't get offended by these books, newer ones, because I just never read the original ones. Maybe I'll go back and read them. Maybe in here. But anyway, they basically Clea and is at Coney Island with Doctor Strange, and then her younger sister. They're babysitting her younger sister for the day, and they both of them talk about like, well, Strange is like, do you ever think about having kids? She's like, God, no. I would never subject anybody to be what I had to go through. And Strange is like being like, my mom's source is supreme. I kind of don't want to. Meanwhile, they're hanging out with you saw their friend. He's I forget what his name is, but he's a basset hound, ghost dog. The girl.
Bats, the ghost town.
Hey, Zach is alive after he unmuted himself.
I've been on mute just because I was typing something, so I didn't want my keyboard to clack through.
So she ends up, the girl, because she has magic, ends up basically, of course, hijinks happen. She basically leaves. We get to see a crappy version. Well, first of all, we get to see Howard the Duck, plushie. Right there. Is focusing. But anyway, she ends up leaving. They have to try and find her, but she knows how to mask her location and everything. She has raw talent. And then we get here. Hey, look, it's the new Carnival Circus of Crime, and they're all joke. And who's here? We actually have what's the name on there too? That's Stiletto, Chief Beef, and then Jim Nasty, and of course she's the great granddaughter of Ringmaster, and she's a joke, and it's meant to be a joke. It wasn't meant to be like where you see the Spider-Man where she's like, oh, we're like the new powerful. No, they get their asses kicked by a baby.
So I have a question.
Yes.
For anybody here, either on panel or in chat, did Marvel lose a lawsuit with the Gerber estate? Is that why Howard the Duck is drawn completely different than he was in the 70s? Because it's just entirely different.
It could just be the artist.
Well, I mean, it's been consistently like that for decades now.
Oh.
And I don't know if there's a reason for that or if that's why.
So
really it might be just the artists.
So
Whoa.
basically, the baby is using her magic abilities, bringing stuff to life. It freaks out Stiletto. Apparently, we learned that Stiletto has a fear of toys, which I thought was kind of stupid. I rolled my eyes at it. But towards the end there, they end up finding her. Biz Steven says we're going to all wrong. She's masking her location with her magic. Try looking for her physically, and they use like the eyes of a hawk. Basically, they sum them up, and they're able to locate where she is. She's saved by Bats, and Bats ends up forming a bond with her. And of course, you see them all get their it's supposed to be light humor. It's not supposed to be a serious book at this point. It's just supposed to be a lighthearted episode, filler episode, and then at the end, the mother comes like, oh, it's like and like I said here, it's like she says, it's good for Donna to spend time here in your world. It's like, oh, because you wish her to learn of this world and come to love it. She's like, of course not, daughter. She will eventually conquer this pathetic realm. I really wish her to be familiar with her soon-to-be funny subjects. Next week, but the really cool part I want to find out is that she's got this really big attachment to Bats now, and so that I think that's kind of cool. Seeing Bats being used more. Of course, Bats makes a comment about how the two were actually lying together, as far as before, like how they actually would want to have kids, even though they're denying it.
Thank you, Undead.
Next issue is going to be all about Bats. Bats, he's a detective. So, looking forward to that. And I think Zach might be too, because Zach seems to really like seeing Bats. So Bats,
that is one cool Marvel dog, man. I like Bats.
He's getting a centric issue next week or next month. For the next issue.
That's pretty cool.
So
yeah, you mentioned a few minutes ago, like that. Old time fans may not like it, and I'm one of them. But every Marvel character is completely different than they were when I started, and I have come to I've made peace with the fact that my time is done. And like I said, it's a different set of Marvel characters. And like I said, if the people it works for, great. I'm just never going to be one of them.
I guess to me, it's not insulting. The insulting is when Jason Aaron and all the rest.
No, I didn't say insulting. Yeah. It's just they're just presented differently. There's way more. Like Richard termed teehee LOL so random. That works for some people. My Marvel is in the rearview mirror, and I'm fine with that.
So I want to say that the current Doctor Strange book that just showed up is kind of like Mary Jane Loves Spider-Man, that book that came out, in a sense where it's not meant to be super like the older books. It's supposed to be more lighthearted, a little more comedy. And I think it works for this, and for that at least for that title, that character. But
no, even the book you guys really like, Moon Knight. That's not anywhere near the Moon Knight from Dog Mansion. So
no,
it's a new world. It's just left me behind. That's fine.
Doug Manchu always had the best run. Chuck Dixon was okay, but like I said, they finally changed the character when they gave him 3 different personalities.
Yeah, that's not Chuck Dixon's version was. I mean, that's not one of my favorite things that he's done. But again, I said
he went a different route, and fans seemed to like it, and some fans didn't like it. But
well, he was more. It seemed like more like a straight up superhero, mainstream superhero. All
right. So my number 2 of the week. I know Zach got this. Shazam versus Black Adam. This is Shazam number 7. Basically, we last left on this book is that he's looking like dinosaurs, basically with monoclonal stuff. They're alien race. We're going to come. They're looking for Billy, and they end up attacking the wrong city. They attack Kandor, where Black Adam's, and Black Adam basically puts a hole in their ship and basically tries to beat the shit out of them.
That's Kandak, not Kandor. Kandor is in a bottle.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The bottle city of Kandor is fine.
No, it's the bottle city of Kandak.
Yeah. But even more than that, we started off with Bizarro Captain. And at first, I'm like, is there just a Bizarro of everybody? And I don't answer that because there probably already is. I wouldn't be shocked if DC already has it. I know they have Supergirl and all that, Wonder Woman and Lois and all that stuff. But I like this. And using the Wisdom of Solomon, which was basically upped since the last issue, he made a deal. He figures it out that, this guy, since he's the opposite, he shouldn't be as strong as him. So he basically talks down to him. He's like, well, gee, if you're the opposite, you should be really weak as a kitten then. And finds out he's actually conjured up by Felix Faust, who was actually robbing a bank. so that's a great way to bring Felix Faust in. This kind of feels like a Justice League kind of episode. They would do something like that. Of course, you get to see the Black Adam with this, and the dinosaurs, and it is bizarre. It is kind of bizarre, the dinosaurs, and there's a note here's editor's note. It says, "I promise this makes sense if you've been reading the book, but for the newbies, these are space dinosaurs, accountants, and everything is off the rails." PK. Just a lot more fun. We get to, Billy learns that his parents have basically bought a new place, the rooms, but in order to pay for it, they have to sell their old house. The only problem is that Billy ends up being confronted he basically has to go save Tawny at the old place from the red shirt dinosaurs. And of course, because of this, I think everything goes wrong in Billy's life. Black Adam shows up, and you kind of figure out what this is going. They end up basically destroying the house that they need to sell in order to pay for their new home. And yeah, he said, this is not Dan Mora though. This is a different artist. Sudzuka.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And of course, Billy realized the last minute they already destroyed the house. So like I said, fun issue. And as Zach pointed out on Tuesday, I can't remember the last time we had Shazam versus Black Adam in anything. It's been a while. All right. Of course, this leaves me my number one book. And Zach already knows what this is. Moon Knight. Just absolutely phenomenal fun. Mark is alive. I'm going to tell you that much. So what you're seeing on the cover here is Mark, his new costume. And throughout this issue, basically, they kind of have a funeral for Mark. The only downside is they couldn't find Marlene to attend his funeral. They didn't have her details to ever show up. The girl who a lot of people are saying, oh, she's going to be the new Moon Knight and stuff. Mark did leave her in charge just in case anything, because basically his whole goal was not basically to have the Midnight Mansion go. She's in charge of not being Moon Knight, but the Midnight Mansion. Hunter Moon's there. Basically everybody who's been there with him. The only thing is that I didn't like about this series is they killed off pretty much his entire original supporting cast. But did we complain? Not kind of really complain about that because they did that several volumes ago, the different writers, and got rid of Marlene, got rid of Frenchie, got rid of everybody that was cool in the book, except for now they left Mark. So everybody shows up. Of course, as always, there's always someone in therapy, and that's the I forgot what her name is, but she's basically
it's Reese.
Reese, that's what it is. Reese is basically.
I thought that was the Baroness.
No, that's a therapist who's been there for a while. I forgot what her name is, but she's been Mark's therapist too. Court ordered by the Avengers because of Jason Aaron's probably writing her. Whoever wrote this volume before Jed McKay took over.
Jed McKay. So in Jason Aaron's Avengers run, Jed McKay had a short stint where he wrote a story where Moon Knight got involved, and so the Avengers he popped up on the Avengers radar after that. Yeah. I think it was like Age of Khonshu or something. And so after that, Black Panther, who was leading the Avengers at the time, said that Moon Knight had to be undergoing therapy.
Whoa, hold on a second. Did Carol know that Black Panther was in charge?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it's just she allowed it.
So I didn't know this. Is Ben's Jewish?
Yeah.
Bruh,
okay.
Where have you been? He's been Jewish for years.
Yeah, he's been
decades.
Jewish for a long time.
When do they mention he's Jewish? What issue was that?
Multiple.
Yeah,
When was the first one? Because I haven't read Tom DeFalco and all the other ones that Dan
Well,
Slott
if you look at if you look at the issue where he marries Alicia,
Yeah.
he's got what's that thing called?
Yarmulke.
But that was Dan Slott, though. Was
Yarmulke. I mean, that was right there on the
was-
cover. That's the first thing I
Was
thought
he
of.
Jewish in Stan Lee's run, though? As I'm reading. I didn't read all of it.
It might just not have never been implied, but yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Tiger she's kind of holding up. So basically, since they're doing this as a Jewish funeral, crime needs to be stopped. So while they're taking their 7 or 6 days, however, what is that? Their week?
7 days.
7 days. The Avengers go out and basically handle everything for them, stopping crime. I thought that was really cool. At the it said there's a lot of stuff explaining about Mark's death and just new people and just just a lot of cool art. And of course, yes, the big spoilers that Mark's alive, but
Why couldn't this have been Moon Knight issue 34 or whatever?
That's my only complaint with this. It never should have changed the it's called Vengeance of Moon Knight now instead of called Moon Knight. They still has Moon Knight here.
I've got a first issue of Vengeance of Moon Knight from 2009.
I don't know why they changed the title.
Oh yeah, you do. That's another thing. This idea that nobody. Well, actually, they did it because they get the sales bump, even though I think it all evens out, and they got to throw out some red herrings, get some reactions, that get people talking, and then by the third issue, it could have just easily been issue 36.
Yeah. Well, speaking of good art, Tigra basically wants to. They never found a body for Mark. They've never found a body, so she thinks he's still alive somewhere. She wants to know where he is. She's going feral.
Didn't know she could do that. Well, I guess Jed McKay decided she could do that.
Go angry off the hinge.
Well, she's done that before, but she's never changed. It didn't change her appearance.
Well, she just opened her mouth up wider. That's all, and she's basically pissed off. That's what it is. Her and Mark were lovers.
Well, I know, but that's. I mean, I've seen her pissed off before, and again, so I said they're definitely going for something different there.
Now people are gonna oh, they're kissing. No, actually, look closer. She's basically getting in her face, and because they both have a different way. She says, "You're not helping Mark," by going out and being this reckless. And she's like, they have different opinions on it.
You mean they're not kissing yet?
But this was cool at the end. We get to see 8 balls being approached, and then we see something, it's like a boomerang hitting him. And of course, it just gets, like I said, this whole book has just been fun. Getting it thrown through here. All right. Zach, if you're on Twitch, do you want to take care of that guy?
I'm not on Twitch. I'm just on YouTube. Hang on.
I said, if you're on Twitch, you want to take care of the guy, meaning implying go on the Twitch. Yeah, we get bots on Twitch asking us.
I don't know how to take care of them. Like, what do you mean? Like,
You're a moderator.
cement shoes or something? Like,
It's called ban. It says you click on his name. It says, or his message. It says ban.
I like the cement shoes part better.
I like that better too.
Cement shoes. Zach, I would never tell you to take care of a guy like that on camera. You kidding me?
Disavow.
But we do have a couple of videos on camera, but we won't bring that up right now.
Yeah, so I'm Moon Knight, get out of my house. And we don't know what's going on, but the preview we're going to show Hunter's Moon versus that. And people are speculating this might be a fourth personality taking over. One that's loyal to Concho only. So we don't know. But like I said, I had fun with this. I had a lot of fun. Some back issues I got. Got my copy of The Agent.
Cool.
Fun book. waiting for whenever issue 2 is gonna come out. But it's kind of cool to have a book from a Blaze that I'm enjoying. All right, but here's the cool stuff, though. I promise, though, this would make Eric Breen weep with tear of joy. And first one.
So it's nice to have one son that's not a disappointment.
Boo boo! Why aren't you on the cover of this comic book?
I don't know, Yogi. There's 2 mice and a cat on that.
I can't make fun of Zach, so somebody can do it for me.
Well, I don't have moderator powers. Right, I muted his ass by now.
That was a good Yogi and a good Boo Boo impersonation.
Boo Boo.
Screw y'all.
The basket.
I'm not gonna do a Donald Duck though. I can't. My mouth doesn't do that noise.
I love these gold key.
There's a lot of noises.
Wow.
There's a lot of noises I wish your mouth couldn't do.
But also bringing him up his mouth, I was going to go in like so many different directions on that, but I decided not to just because. Just one time only.
Look at you.
Yep.
Paul, you're really going for some of the older stuff, huh?
Yep. And I know it's late. It's we already moved on, but
No, today it's still Christmas. Today's the 11th day of Christmas. It still counts.
Through the what is it? The
Tomorrow. Through tomorrow.
yeah, the 12 days that it starts on Christmas Day, so that ends.
all right.
Yeah.
Final 2.
Nice.
If RDV starts to not wear pants to streaming because he copies Donald Duck too much, I'm out of here.
Hey, what makes you think he's wearing pants right now? He could not.
I've never stood up before. So.
Good point.
All right. And the final. This one was a little more pricey, but worth it.
Damn! Look at you, son. I'm so proud of you. I've never seen that one actually.
Keep this up, you might get back in the will. You know.
If he keeps this up, he doesn't need to be in it. He'll have them all.
This is number 7.
Very nice.
Yep. The other one was a few dollars cheaper. This was number 4. So, been having fun with these, and it said I like to get them because they're not all eaten up. You know, this one has a little wear tear on the spine.
Oh,
So,
it's almost impossible to find one that isn't.
But he said like a lot of these, there's nothing wrong with the spines at all.
In fact, those Dell Giants, one of the problems is sometimes the first couple pages will fall out.
Right.
So whenever you get one, always pop it open and check to make sure at least it's
Oh yeah. So this is me stepping on Zach's cake.
You bastard. That cake did nothing to you.
And I don't have pants on either when I'm doing it.
Look at those kids eyeing that. See, they're not looking at the cake. They're not sad about the cake. They're looking at that knife thinking, we're going to stab our uncle with that.
That is right there, that Mickey Mouse. That is Palpatine every time Froggy says something.
I was thinking, it does kind of look like Professor Pixel's face a little bit.
All right. So that's it for my back issues this week. Well, I still have other ones, but they're permanent. All right. Yes. Who wants to go next? Who is next? As a failed wrestler would say.
I got 3 books. But actually, no. I have 3 new books, and then I got some extra stuff. That's
I
pretty
figured I'm going to save money, but I'm going to spend it all on back issues.
No, I
by the
didn't.
way,
Because
he's
some of the
back.
back issues are from you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What's that?
I said that's right.
Oh, no. I thought Geekeasy said something.
Oh.
I did. I said he's back, meaning the failed out wrestler. I think he's going to AEW or something like
No,
that.
he's not. Goldberg's not going anywhere. He's going. If anything, he's going to WWE again.
Number 3. All of these Nickman talked about already, so I'm just gonna fly through them. This cover is not ass, by the way. This is a good cover. This is probably my favorite cover Jay Lee has ever done, which is not saying something.
You know what it looks like?
I
Someone
don't
just gave it a
like
low blow.
I don't like most of his covers.
That's
This
like
one's
saying
okay,
this
though.
is the favorite time I've been punched in the face. I mean,
This is okay. This is an okay cover. It's not terrible, but what really counts is what's on the inside. You know what's on the inside? What we never got when Jim Zub was writing Conan at Marvel.
Resisting urge to make comment.
We never got beautiful women, Conan being with beautiful women. I mean, Conan is essentially... Was it you who said this, Spingman? He's like prehistoric Jack Reacher, pretty much. Like...
We were talking about, I think you brought up the
Yes.
prehistoric Jack Reacher, but I said
He
he
kinda
pretty
is.
much does what he wants to do, whether people like it or not.
He does.
And he gets the women, he gets the alcohol.
He gets the women, he gets the booze, he gets the treasure, he gets the gold, whatever. This was a good issue, though. I'm
gets
sad
together
Belit.
lamentations of other women.
I'm very sad Belit. I actually like Belit as a character. Maybe she ends up coming back. Maybe she's dead forever. I don't know. But this is good. I like this. I normally don't like these types of books. This is the first, like, sword and sandals. Well, one of the first sword and sandals.
MK says that's what I tell girls. What really counts on he's on the inside, but I don't know, it works sadly.
But
It
it
doesn't
don't
work.
work. Yeah, well, it depends on the girl. That he's talking
You need to be bigger then if it's not working. MK.
Number 2,
Told you.
Shazam
What?
versus what? Wait, what?
So you made it to 10:06. Congratulations.
What do you mean? I didn't make fun of Zach. I made fun of MK.
Oh.
You
See?
make fun of people. Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, I don't know who is this guy? Suzuka? He does pretty good work though. He's not Dan Mora, but he does pretty good with the interior. This was a really good issue. I really enjoyed it. Really fun watching Billy use the Wisdom of Solomon, like you said, with the Bizarro, the Felix Faust opener. That was cool. The dinosaurs from space, I freaking love it. It's like Doctor Who level zany, which works in a Shazam book, where you've got a talking tiger and all that nonsense. It is, and then yeah, it's just really cool seeing Shazam and Black Adam. Imagine if you went years without seeing Batman fight the Joker. You know, that's essentially what's happened here. You haven't had Shazam and Black Adam in the same book fighting each other for at least a decade, I think.
With the amount of times the Joker's been in the recent Batman books, I'd go with that.
Well,
Not
this
true.
was more entertaining than any of those times Batman fought the Joker, I think. So, really cool. The stakes at the end of the final page of the book I thought was really cool. Or the way it ended, rather. And then my number 1 book, dang you, Vinkman, you even got the same cover that I did. You couldn't have any variety.
Well, I didn't have $200 to get the
I didn't
good
either.
cover.
Oh,
Gene
no,
Colan.
I thought they were all the same price, though.
No,
I thought all the variants were the same.
Gene Colan was a 200. I get 200 issues, or I get the Gene Colan variant.
Okay.
The hidden
Well,
gem, as Marvel says.
I do really like this Capullo art. This is really cool. Yeah, this was a fantastic. Darn you, Marvel, for making me forgive you for this blatant new number 1 relaunch. But this was a good story. I did really enjoy this. I liked it. You know what else surprised me? Maybe this doesn't surprise some people, but it surprised me that Marvel was a mess, man.
I can't say anything. I gotta
What
go ahead.
surprised me was how, like, Disney was, like, in this day and age, they allowed this one. There was a surprising amount of, like, pro-Jewish sentiment in this book, given everything that's going on in the real world. That was refreshing to me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I almost expected Marvel to have a free Palestine march going through the middle of the book.
You know, you say that in jest, but I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen it already.
It's probably in the Avengers.
With Kamala Khan on the cover.
Give it time. Give it time.
Really good issue though. I enjoyed it. Fingers to everyone that clickbaited. I'm sorry, Breen. I know you feel differently about it, but anyone who was going out there saying Moon Knight got race swapped, you were wrong. Sorry, but I know. Marvel gave them the opportunity to believe that. I'm aware.
I want to say one thing though.
This is the one time they were wrong.
Kamala Khan, she's Pakistan/Indian, right?
Okay, that's what you think about what you just said, Zach. It's the one time.
Yeah.
That's why I said when you know, Marvel and DC, they're like the boy who cried wolf. That the one time they're not, nobody believes them. So some YouTubers and content creators ran with it, and someone suggested that they apologize. Fuck that.
Well, no, I'm
They
just
don't know
saying.
shit.
Some of the
If
no,
we're
no.
going, no,
You're
because
getting
here's the
out of
thing.
context. I said there's a lot of these YouTubers that like to say a lot of this stuff, speculate, but then never admit they're wrong.
Well, that's great, but does Marvel ever? Is Mark Waid ever gonna? Is he gonna?
They're
admit
never
he was
going to.
wrong?
They're never
That's
going
what I
to.
said. So
As I
why-
said, you are supposed to be the better man.
Well,
If you're not,
says
otherwise you're
who?
just like them.
No, it just means that you do what you do, they do what they do. But I said, maybe I said that he does actually do videos about stuff he likes. Maybe he'll read Moon Knight, but he doesn't owe anybody a retraction.
I don't think he retracts. Maybe he comes out and says, "Oh, hey, by the way, they didn't actually do this."
I didn't say
Which-
he doesn't owe them. No, I agree that he doesn't owe them, but it does make it look kind of weird, that you say the stuff and then you I get brushed under the rug, like I didn't say anything. Let's keep going forward.
I'd say we get mad at media all the time for saying disinformation and stuff.
About
You can't
Trump.
get mad. You can't get mad at one side of the spectrum for one thing and excuse it when your home team.
But
makes
can you
the
get
same
mad
mistake.
at one side of the specter?
Is that a
Ah!
market joke?
I feel like you did that.
I get mad at
That
all
was
the
good.
spectrum, all the colors. They're all
That
wrong.
was good. I'll
I'm just
allow
saying.
That was good.
I would say if Marvel and DC didn't queer bait, race bait, and everything bait so much that they wouldn't leave themselves open to this. And trust me, they knew what they were going to get when they put that out there, because their track record, as I said, if you want to see a character changed into a shaved side of the head lesbian, go look at Ghost Rider. They just did it there.
But the panel wasn't even damning. It's called they were misinterpreting it.
Right, but I'm just saying, it's it's like someone who's not here who shall remain nameless, who I love dearly. It was like he took it personally, and it's who cares?
I'm just saying we were supposed to be better than them. So if I say something that's wrong, I speculate what's something. I'm gonna own up to it and say, hey, you know what? I said something last week. I want to say for the record that I was wrong about that. But if I'm speculating, I'm saying if I use the word if I'm speculating, say, oh, they're gonna do this. Then you're just you're predicting it, and you're not speculating. You're sure, 100% sure.
So
Anyway, back to comic books.
Moon Knight was fun.
This has been
I
a moment
enjoyed it.
with Eric Breen.
I hate the number one, but it was an enjoyable issue. Because I only got 3 comic books this week, I had extra money, and I've been in need of a short box recently. And typically, I don't like a lot of the new short boxes that I see, but this one,
I bet I know what you're going to show.
you bet you do.
Caught mine.
You
I
don't
bet
know.
you do.
Yep.
The
I
Secret
almost
Wars.
bought that too.
Man, I couldn't pass it up. This
That's
is just too cool.
My
That's
shop
as
did.
close as they're going
Yeah.
to get to old. And so I said, and that's 40 years old now this year.
Yeah, my shop did not get it because he's don't get in the boxes because they don't tell him what the boxes are.
Man, that is. I wish DC did more boxes. I only have like 2 DC. The rest of them are all Marvels.
I said it again. I said it before. I'll say it again. Why they don't do Gold, Silver Age, and Bronze Age boxes when so much of their merchandising are from those eras?
Yep.
Yeah, and
All
again,
the T-shirts
I said-
are.
I
Almost
said-
all
I
the
said-
T-shirts are like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, people that don't buy comics, even people that read new stuff or don't read it all, they'll wear that stuff. So, because someone said, well, most of the people that buy the comics don't buy the stuff from that age, but they do wear the shirts,
Right.
And so I think those would. I think they're missing out on a good sales opportunity.
Yeah, they need
I
to get
think so, too.
they need to get those shirts where you basically you get the heads cut off, but you have the jugs of Power Girl, so all the girls can wear them. They have the Power Girl outfit. Costumes, remember they had those for like the Ghostbusters and all that stuff, Superman stuff. The little Thanks.
You just made it weird. You just made it okay.
Did he make it weird? I feel like he just made it weird.
I think he did.
No, but no, seriously though.
But I can't say anything too bad about him because he did send me some books this week.
And I've been nice to you. But I want to
you
point
have
out
been.
though, I would love all those JSA books you have up there behind you on T-shirts or wall posters.
I mean, that's why they're up there. They deserve.
I know, but put them.
Actually,
the
you know
way
what
you
I
have
realized?
Yeah.
And what really bugs me is there is no Dr. Fate cover. It really bugs me now. I was thinking
Well,
about that.
Jared Siegel was dead.
I mean, Alex Ross isn't though.
You
Anyway.
know what you need, Zach?
What? What's that?
You need an awning.
An awning?
To put on
Block
top
the
of
lights.
the top row.
Yeah.
Maybe knock out the glare.
Maybe a dimmer light bulb on that
Is
side.
it blocking Hakeem?
No, you
Oh,
can see Akeem is blocking the
Yeah,
Thunderbolt.
you're doing a great job of not making fun of him there, Bang. That's
Okay.
No, I'm literally I'm asking a question.
Venkman was gracious enough. He had a Void Rivals issue number 1 because I was not able to pick
He
it up.
opens it.
the
I
first
signed
week.
it on the inside.
You son of a. He also sent me the number 1 that I really cared about that my shop had a limited number of and I did not get. This is the Larry Hama G.I. Joe Real American Hero first issue. Not really. 300 in first issue. This is the Skybound, his relaunching, whatever.
It's a continuation of the series.
Continuation of his series. I freaking love this cover. This cover needs to be a poster. That's incredible. He did also send me a variant though, the Cobra version, which is really cool.
Yep.
And does that version get you health care when you aren't working?
Cobra, no, it does not. It does give you dental.
But I did learn that apparently that Mars is a company that Destro has, so he makes
Yes.
Milky Ways.
No, there's an extra R in the one Destro has.
Yeah, but I was trying to not make that joke last week. There's so many times I wanted to say something about it, but I just.
And then there's this one, which I seem to recall having this on an auction at some point, but I don't recall. My memory's not that great. But Dinosaurs for Hire.
That was at my
Malibu
shop.
Comics.
I was going through the dog books, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is something that's like
Politically incorrect action on every page. I just saw that. Shut up and help me reload. that's I haven't read these yet. There's also an issue number 2.
Yeah.
Tom Mason. I don't know any of these names.
But it's
this one's
comics.
different. This isn't Malibu. This is Eternity.
No,
The first
yeah.
one is Malibu.
That's basically say
It looks
Eternity
the same.
came from, or Malibu took all the properties when Eternity went under or whatever.
Yeah.
Dinosaur for Hire is, dinosaurs and busty chicks.
V, you got 2 out of 3, man. If there's giant robots in here or Nazis, I'll take 3 out of 4.
Giant Nazi robots.
Giant Nazi robots. I mean, that's the hat trick right there.
With stupendous gravity-defying cans.
But that is it. That is all I got.
When somebody hit, I think it was Robot Chicken and Mega Sean. He's I'm now a woman. He's got the giant metal cans.
Well, the Nazi with the huge giant cans. That reminds me of Joker's girlfriend in the
All-Star Batman and Robin from Frank Miller. I remember that.
Okay, I only got 5 this week, and not only did I just get 5 this week, I got back about 15 minutes before this thing was supposed to start because they didn't get them out until earlier today. So I haven't read anything. So these are just in no particular order, just because. I have Mortal Terror number 2. I do have the first one. I seem to have liked it. I don't really remember it that well, but we'll see. We have Ribbon Queen number 4 of 8. Garth Ennis. It's a woman investigating a murder, and she's a cop, and the other cops in there will probably be dirty, and it's kind of a supernatural thing, which you can sort of tell by that. And There's a connection between number 3 here and the box you guys just got. Secret Wars, number 2.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
Supposedly, from what I hear, this, they do what they did the last time and have them, get taken off to the side, away from the actual battle. Have some people that weren't in the original thing, and go up against some bad guys that weren't. Oh yeah, because you've got Baron Zemo in here and the Hobgoblin, and see some of these guys, they weren't in there. So yeah, this is going to be a little interesting. Number 2, Midnight Show. I, like you guys, have loved this thing. It's a great book. I will get to that tonight. And my number 1 for the trifecta.
Nice.
I would have checked for some other covers, but I had to get back home. But
That's a Finch cover.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I like Breen. Really like the Munch versions. That's when I picked it. That's when I started reading Moon Knight. Back in the day, you had Merlane, you had Frenchie. You could just sort of start seeing the problems with his identity stuff, but it was more just street level, and he never really had Khonshu in his head. It was more fun to watch it, and then I do still enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it as much as I used to.
He had Khonshu. Yeah, he made a deal with Khonshu for issue 4 issue miniseries. And then when the series came out, like the actual first ongoing, like they went away from that.
Yeah. But then when I was there, I found a calendar for this month. It was free.
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
So yeah, and then 2 other things that I got yesterday when my comics weren't there. I used my gift certificate that my sister gave me. I've read one of these so far. This Superman for Tomorrow, written by Brian Azzarello, drawn by Jim Lee, inked by Scott Williams. I definitely will not be picking up volume 2. It looks fantastic because it is Jim Lee writing it. Jim Lee drawing it. But there's just some stuff in there. Superman actually gets attacked by Mount Rushmore.
That's kind of fun. Come on, that sounds fun.
But in the sense of the story, you're just like, dude, seriously?
This was basically Batman had done Hush with Jim Lee art. This was the Superman follow-up. It was in the Superman Adjectiveless Superman book, and from 204 to 212 or something. And I remember exactly the way you said it, Jeff. Very pretty to look at, but Azzarello has one story. It's 100 bullets. Anything beyond that, because his Wonder Woman New 52 was a little sketchy. His Batman stories were But
I like the Joker one he did for Black Label.
He's better suited to definitely crime noir.
And it was just like, it's sort of like, it looks good, but it kind of leaves you hollow, and it's stupid. I'm not going to get the second one. And then the next one, the last one I have, Justice League Elite.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Volume 1. I had never heard of this, but
it was a more extreme Justice League with Doug Monk art, though very pretty.
Yes, and sounds like that girl I met the other night. Looks like that girl I met the other night. I'm talking about the one up there.
Didn't Bendis just do Justice League book?
He didn't just do one. It was like last year. It was right before they killed off the Justice League.
It was called Justice. It was called Justice League Delete.
I knew that was coming.
But I actually am really looking forward to reading this. But
That's a good era of Justice League, kind of right there in that Grant Morrison run, like a little bit more towards the end of it before it got relaunched.
Isn't Manchester Black had any something to do with that series?
I think he is.
Because he's black. What? Seriously, is that?
these
Like
are
Tom Constantine Black.
And
This
I
is
think Green Arrow's like prominent on the team because
It's the team that it's like you know how like X-Force is like they do the Black Ops stuff that the Justice League can't or the X-Men can't sanction. Green Arrow's team had that. They did stuff the regular
and
Excuse me,
his Green Arrow is with the bad guys in this, so you can.
that's ops of color.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yes.
Green Arrow being on the wrong side of the law usually is the thing because he votes wrong.
And
Leave Ollie alone.
that's it.
All right.
Leave Ollie alone.
Leave Ollie alone.
All right. Now,
Well, so we already talked about the few books that.
I know you have back issues though that you got.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Like I said,
Pick on him because of his age and his
I
ailments.
don't really, but I found this the other day, and I said I can't believe I missed this. Tarzan versus Predator.
Wow. Who's
Walt
writer?
Simonson writing,
Wow.
Lee Weeks art.
Are you kidding? Oh wow!
Terrific.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. That sounds really cool.
It's 28 years ago now,
Shoo.
but it's set in I think like 1912, and it's just cool. I was reading that in of all things the original Buffy series from Dark Horse that
Can you
started
imagine?
right about a year after the show, and it was really well done. I mean, it's
How great
long
would have
before it
been?
became. What's that?
How great would have been if Walt would have done the drawing too?
Lee Weeks is a better artist than Walt Simonson.
I like Walt still. It's
I do too. He's unique, but Lee Weeks is a very good artist and very well suited because he can draw us a nice Jane and then the other women that were part of the book.
I want an Eric Masterson looking Tarzan. Come on.
But that's it. I don't have anything else, so you can put if you're gonna just put a face up there, put Zach's.
Yeah, we could look at this was the week they had the previews come out this week. So not that. So I've been looking through here. I tell you what's got me excited. The DC April special. First of all, I didn't realize DC had so many freaking monkeys. Like they have a monkey fetish or something. Like, look,
Have you not? Well, I know you're not old enough to remember the Silver Age, but that was DC stock and trade. Gorillas in purple covers.
I've read various stories centered
Breen?
around like Gorilla
And Gorilla
Grodd,
Grodd, Con Gorilla,
Gorilla,
Breen?
yeah.
Angel and the Ape. I mean, they were everywhere.
But like,
Breen?
okay, who's this detective gorilla? The Sam Spade looking fella right here.
Yeah,
Which one?
There's this
Chimp,
gorilla.
and then
there's
probably-
Detective Chimp, but then there's a gorilla in a trench coat and a fedora.
It's
It's kind of fuzzy.
is that the same one that popped up in the Rogues Black Label book?
Oh, it might be. It might be. I
Hear what his
forgot
name
about
is
that.
though.
But look, they got Gleek. They have the Grodd, Minsharmala.
But
What's his
Breen is
name?
right though. There was something appealing about the originals.
You mean
that's actually in the synopsis.
You mean ape peeling?
Yeah.
Ape peeling, yes. This does look like a lot of fun though. They have a cover that's gonna come out that's scented like it smells like bananas. Oh my gosh, that's just
Jack's always monkeying around on
it
this
looks
channel.
it looks like so much fun. It looks so much fun. Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. So the only reason I can think of why they're putting this out, does it say what month it's coming out, or just
April.
summer?
It's called
So
it's
I'm
April.
imagining-
Whoa.
April. April.
Anyway, so what I was basically my theory is why they're putting out because the War of the Planet of the Apes is coming out. Or
That's
Kingdom
why.
of the
That's
Kingdom of the
why
Planet of the
Marvel. That's why Marvel has a new Planet of the Apes.
Apes.
Comic.
Yes, but Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is coming out, so they figure, hey, let's remind everybody that we are the Ape Kings.
I don't think so. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, that doesn't come out until much later. Oh, not much later. It comes out in May, so a month later. But I mean, maybe there could be some Look, if that's the smartest marketing tactic that DC has done in years. If it's what you're saying.
MK's asking, didn't turn any like minority members, the JLA, into a monkey, right?
Yeah, there was the JL Ape. That was like a little story of during the Grant Morrison run, actually. I think.
No,
JL
but he
Ape.
means like the
Oh,
minority.
I know what he's saying,
members.
but back then they, if you did it to all of them,
Yeah.
Now if you did it, some blue-haired land whale on Twitter would just single out the black character.
I just love the fact that
right.
in the John Carter Warlord of Mars series, the white apes are the bad apes.
But just remember, I said, this is one of the problems with comics is thanks to trying to appease the unappeasable. There are so many things that are just off limits now that made comics fun back in the day, and there was no malice behind any of it.
They're
You just
trying to
can't do any of it
chimpanzees people.
What's that?
They're trying to chimpan, please.
That was a stretch. Ultimate Spider-Man, by the way.
But
Him against Kingpin.
that was a good one though.
Also, RDV Peter David has a new Spider-Man 2099 series coming out soon.
The only one I saw is a mini series. Yeah, the one I saw
It's a
right now
mini series. It's a 1 in 5.
Is it new or something that was done for a while? Because I know he's had a lot
It's
of
a throwback.
issues.
It's a throwback.
No, I know it's a throwback, but is it?
Who
I
knows?
mean, was it written 2 or 3 years? I wonder if it was. I mean, it's not.
Well, I don't know. It's not going to say that in the synopsis.
No.
But it's Symbiote Spider-Man 2099.
But
Okay,
there's
like-
also a symbiote kid coming out too, isn't there?
It already is. It's out this week.
There's a new Iron Man armor. I asked Maranya if she'd seen it yet.
He looks like he's got a can of WD-40 on his head.
I kind of dig this armor actually. I think it's pretty cool looking.
It could just be a bad rendition drawing it, but when you actually
Could
get the
be.
cover, it's the armor. But so it looks really weird. It looks like he's basically shedding the gold, and then he's just gonna come out of the shell as a silver Centurion.
It's the best of both worlds. I kind of dig it.
Silver and gold.
Silver and gold. Yeah.
It's Christmas, Iron Man. It's Christmas every day.
Other than that, not a ton. I mean, Marvel's not. I'm not getting a ton of books. They are doing a facsimile coming out soon of speaking of Secret Wars. Issue
Yeah,
number
and
3.
Zach and I kind of went back and forth about the whole Ultimate Spider-Man. It looks like a good book, but I just don't feel there's a lot of people are gonna buy it because it's not amazing. It's not.
I don't know, man.
current
I'm
thing.
seeing a lot of people on Twitter are a lot of Spidey fans are ecstatic that
But that's Twitter
he's
though.
married. He's got Mayday and the kids, Mayday and then a son.
But you also
I don't
realize
know.
that the same people who are on Twitter are also boycotting the actual Spider-Man book, but the Spider-Man book is still selling despite that.
Well, it's still selling, but a lot of people, the percentage of Amazing Spider-Mans that aren't even opened, they literally just go from rack, counter, bag, board, box, forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
is a decent percentage. If Peter and Mary Jane got back together, that would add 20 to 30,000 instantly. But they're not going to do it because they're too dug in. At this point, it'd be like they would have to admit they were wrong, and they won't do that. And and it's a shame. This isn't an acceptable compromise. But
I dig it. It works for me.
Well, I'm
it's
just-
Hickman and Chichetto. It works.
I'm just
for me.
saying, it's going to have to do, but it's not the same.
And also, they do have this new epic collection of Avengers West Coast coming out. Ultron Unbound by Roy Thomas. So that's cool. That Zach? Yeah, me and RDV, we decided to change facial hair. I got the beard and he doesn't.
I got a new hat.
I actually had to shave.
I like this
today.
hat.
Had a job interview, so
I got several new hats for Christmas. I'm just not wearing any.
I like this hat.
Eric got it.
Someone was
That's-
asking earlier what the symbol on your hat is, and I couldn't figure it out.
Is there a symbol on this new hat?
It's a symbol for hope.
It's not the Superman S. It's a lie. It's a.
So
what
is that the steel Budweiser?
It's an eagle with
Yeah.
2 guns.
Yeah. Is that a specific military insignia or something?
I just got through the
Yeah.
mail through the NRA. It's a new hat they gave out.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So it's still an NRA hat.
Yeah.
So it's the same hat, just
So,
a new version.
So you can look at closer. So
Are you a member?
Yep.
So do you shoot?
just bullets, not anything else.
So you're supposed to say only from the lip.
I shoot from the hip. Ting. Well, here, see that guy? The guy does the trick shooting.
Oh, trick shooters are fun to watch.
Oh, there's this guy. It's from the 80s, and the guy was like, he didn't have a gun. He was just using a slingshot, and he was just hitting things.
Neat.
It was like, and like you just like literally, it's like you could make a meme. He's like, see that bird up there? Pow! You see that bird just come flying down. The thing is that the guy was a real professional target shooter.
With a
Champions
slingshot, like
But-
a Y stick in an inner tube, just like
same guy. Okay, he was. It's really. You look him up. I think he's John something. He's the fastest shooter there is. It goes.
Now that's not as impressive as being able to kill a bird with a fastball, like Randy Johnson.
I remember that.
Well, I've seen
I
that.
saw that.
Those feathers win
Explosion of
every place.
That's awesome.
We need Great Lakes Avengers flyover country represents.
Flyover country. Great Lakes Avengers. I do. There were some good Great Lakes Avengers. I think I have a few of those issues somewhere.
There were.
There were a few Great Lakes Avengers, not Great Lakes Avengers, just Great Lakes Avengers.
Wasn't that the one with the really fat chick?
Yeah, she's problematic now because she sucked it all in. She was like she was a supermodel, if I remember right. She was a supermodel, but then her superpower was she could make herself really large, kind of like the Blob, like large and movable, and people got mad because it was a body positivity. I'm angry because...
Well, then tell them to go
reasons.
read Faith.
Yeah, I liked them. Flat Man, I thought was pretty...
It's funny if everybody hated Faith, but Faith had the power I wanted to. I could just float to the fridge and get myself a beer and come back. Didn't have to put any effort into it. If I had to tape, it's telekinesis. They sink it. Here comes all the food on trays coming up to me from the refrigerator.
Hang on, MK. He's now playing Sonny's tech guy Brick, but in 2006, he made an appearance as a reporter when terrorists took over the Metro Court Hotel. And he said the reason why he did it was he grew up with a bunch of sisters, and he was the only boy in the house. And they had one TV, and they were all hooked on General Hospital. And so he became a fan. And since he was Stephen A. Smith, he either contacted them or they contacted him for that cameo that one day. And then, since I guess they film in New York with general proximity to Bristol, or Stephen A. might be based out of New York City for all I know. New York City! He wanted to do it, so whenever he's got time, they write him into a couple episodes. And so he's on probably about 20, 25 times a year now.
Is that the Stephen A. Smith as in the sports guy?
Yes.
So I also want to point out, Marnie, since you saw the picture of the new armor for his profession, yuck. I think it's dumb that Tony's even getting a new armor, even the fact that he has an armor that Bendis created in his run, that he could it takes all the abilities of all the previous armors into one armor.
I like the new armor.
So he never had to change suits to be on it too. Now he's just like, well, that's not strong enough, so we're gonna abandon that armor and put on something that looks like it was designed by a French clothing line artist, for someone who's never gonna wear it. It's like, was it Lady Gaga had the ribs, the stakes all over her body for a dress when she showed up?
I remember that.
Like that's what his armor kind of looks like. Ridiculous, like something like that. Absurd.
No, the silver thing he had where he walked around with his face exposed. That was ridiculous during
Well, that
Axis.
was
I think it
yeah,
was during
that's
Axis.
that one. But still, that's still even better than his other one.
I like this one. I think this one looks nice.
And as it was, that one was bleeding egg technology.
Or
more
remember
for his face.
like the really one that had like all the sharp angles to it? I think that was a Bendis book.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
it was
the knights.
one where he found out that he had like the half brother and everything. That was a really weird looking piece of armor.
Why are you talking about this stuff that didn't exist? I don't
Now-
understand.
The helmet that he has on here, it makes me think that he's gonna at some point start saying "'Tis only a flesh wound."
You know, it kind of does have that. It kind of does. He does look like a knight, kind of. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. Yeah, not a whole lot else really looks good for Marvel besides their Ultimate stuff. They have the new X-Men 97 written by Steve Fox.
Oh, that
Why?
is a gigantic red flag.
Couldn't get Chris Claremont, I guess.
Well,
That would have been too
Steve
good.
Fox is woke, supremely untalented, and just trust me, don't waste the money.
I am kind of curious about the Ultimate X-Men, the Peach Momoko series. That I'm mildly curious. Black Panther.
Do you know who wrote Ultimate X-Men for years?
Yes, I do. And
Robert Kirkman.
Oh, that's not the name I was thinking of.
No.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Oh.
he wrote it for a while.
I didn't know
Huh.
that. I kind of want Bigman, Brian Edward Hill, your Blade guy, is doing Ultimate Black Panther. So I'm kind of curious about that.
That will turn into a Killmonger series.
That's
Maybe.
only if it was if Christopher Priest does it because he
No,
left.
because arguably the best thing Brian Edward Hill's written in Marvel was not Blade, but it was a Killmonger miniseries.
There's
That
What
wasn't
If.
a knock. I'm just saying that there's a good chance that will prominently feature Killmonger.
I think they did a preview of issue number 3. I think Killmonger does get introduced in number 3. I think Storm does too, actually. So yeah, not a whole lot else. A lot of X-Men stuff coming from Marvel, obviously. But there's
gotta
this.
say-
They're doing a Night Thrasher miniseries. I saw the other day. What's his name? Fabian Nicieza. Is that how his last name is? Getting all upset because Marvel's synopsis of number 1 was like, he's leaving the 90s behind him. And he was like, why are you dissing the 90s? The 90s.
But you
was
know
good."
what? Forgive me if I don't give two shits what Fabian Nicieza says about anything at this point.
I typically don't.
But he's not wrong.
He's not.
You know,
Exactly.
because I said, yeah, because it's okay. Is he leaving the 90s behind because Daniel Kibblesmith was frightened by those characters? And you know, it's this to me reeks of what Megan Fitzmartin did with Young Justice,
Right.
where I said if you're gonna, you know, Marvel, DC. I mean, I realize why you do it because you're embarrassed by the people that were reading your comics in those days. Now, I would ask yourself, if the people writing comics have always been, you know, left of center, liberals, whatever, and now they're full-blown progressives, but ask yourself, why did a hobby that you've controlled from day one attracted so many fans that you're so desperate to get rid of? No one ever asks that question to these fools.
Yeah. You're right.
And why get rid of people that actually are willing to still spend money? These throwback series would probably do better if they hadn't driven away 90% of that fan base. So they can point to those numbers and say, see, this stuff doesn't really sell that well. Well, no shit. Because most of the people that would have are long gone.
The Pepe Larraz makes that armor pop more than the cover does.
It just looks like he just merged with Brainiac.
No, he doesn't have the 3 dots.
The way the shoulder pads are built up is sleek in the bottom. That's like the Superman cartoon in the 90s.
That's terrible.
And
Silver Packers, 80s, man.
everybody was saying it's like Ultimate. It's basically like it's a crappier version of Ultimate Iron Man.
It does look reminiscent. Maybe that's why I like it. I kind of like the Ultimate Iron Man outfit.
Yeah, Iron Man's armor in the 70s is still the best.
Oh, the Silver
It was
Centurion.
simple. No, I'm not talking about. I was talking about the simple, the basic, red and gold, red and yellow, whatever you want to look at the color. It's just that
That's
looks
atrocious.
like he looks like he belongs in the Transformers.
Yep. It's just so weird. It's like Ultron putting on Tony's shell. It's like now I'm Iron Man. No, it's
Your girl Torrin Grombeck is doing a lot with Venom and Carnage too.
That's what I heard. But
It's like she's bouncing all over the place. She's Red Sonja, then she's on Venom and Carnage.
I was reading up on her Instagram. She said she really is a huge fan of Carnage and all that stuff. So that's why
Is she really? Oh,
That's why she was so excited. She's got all the Lego stuff, the Carnage and all the things, figures you get.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know how good her series is doing on Carnage.
Yeah, I haven't been reading it, so I wouldn't
can't
know.
be any worse than having Dylan Brock be Venom.
I forgot that Louise Simonson had a Power Pack series going.
So, yeah. So
Oh,
like
she
I
had
said,
one. She had one ages ago. I mean,
Yeah,
a long
this
ago.
is a new one. This is like a 5-issue miniseries.
yeah. Apparently Marvel Studios executive confirms Daredevil and Netflix shows as MCU canon.
Oh, now they are. Great. What about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? That's one I actually miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But like I
was thinking
said,
about it the other day.
So
This
does the
looks-
Walk of
this look-
Shame count as canon?
This
Not to me.
this is
Not
ugly
to
though.
me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, sir.
Like I said, the one he had before this, Iron Man in the current series, he wears that black and blue or silver armor. That's the Mark Nil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that like the
And
stealthy?
that should have been his new armor, not this crap here. Yeah, it was his updated version of the stealth armor, which was not
Yeah.
connected anywhere to all his other armors. Because the whole story is just like Batman. He lost his wealth.
But he
Did
got
I
to marry Emma Frost, though.
Rhaegar's asking, sarcastically, I'm sure, but did I see that's only 5 episodes?
For what?
Echo.
And supposedly it's going to be chocked full of cameos.
That's
So
what they're
it's just
saying.
going to be
though.
like, look at who's in this.
Oh,
Be
yeah,
excited
and
for all them cameos.
So apparently, people are upset with the whole fight scene between Daredevil and Echo. And only I can say about it is that they had to slow down the Daredevil fight scene for Echo because the actress cannot move as fast.
Oh, so is Charlie Cox in this?
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. he plays
So is,
Daredevil.
I think, Vincent D'Onofrio.
I know he is.
Yeah.
You know, I saw earlier, there was a comment I saw, Patrick Stewart, when they were filming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Patrick Stewart was like, yeah. That was a crap show. that was not a good process. It was not a good time. I think he's just like Marvel scrambling to put all these big faces and stuff in shows and movies to get people to watch.
Oh, and
it's not working.
Eric, in case you're wondering, your favorite wrestler Rick Boogs is retired.
Who what?
Rick Boogs is retired. He's not wrestling anymore.
Hmm.
I thought you said somebody whose last name was Boobs.
I don't know. I'm using comic book talk for news. Comic book news. You guys go through like I hate going through CBR.
You said comic book news. I thought you said cowboy news.
Well, I do have that.
I was about to say,
Yeehaw!
why are we talking about cowboy news?
Cowboy
No,
news. Yeah,
I
there's a
used-
new method for herding cows, and yeah.
Oh,
News.
that was okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I go through comicbook.com. It's probably the same people that run CBR and all that stuff, but
I use both of them.
I like the way it's set up more.
Yeah. Oh, hey, here's one. Skybound releases first look at Transformers G.I. Joe crossover.
Great. John literally confirms his secret scrap Marvel TV show was Eternals. Thank God.
Yikes. It's not really a crossover. It's just Duke #2. It's not
Suicide Squad. David Ayer says he's done with DC Studio. He says studio has no interest in releasing the director cut.
That sucks. I want to see the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
You know that I gotta say that's when we had back in the unrated cuts when the movie come out. There's always an unrated cut.
Right, or the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're cutting stuff from the films, put what you cut into the actual movie.
Because that would get extra sales if you had a director's cut, or like Lord of the Rings did the extended cuts, and those things are beloved more than the regular cuts.
Yeah, they put a whole movie in between.
God, there are longer versions of the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
And they're not long enough.
They're 9 hours now each, right?
God.
No, sadly no. They're like
Does it
6 and a
include-
half.
Wait,
The last one is 4. But
Does it include the hobbits go to IKEA?
Wait.
No, that's the new one. That's the new one
Hold
coming
on,
out.
hold on, guys. He said, sadly, no. You would watch a 9-hour Lord of the Rings movie?
heck yeah, as long as it's taking stuff faithfully from the books, I'd watch a 12-hour.
This is Zack Snyder cut.
I'd watch a miniseries. Heck yeah, I'd watch a Snyder cut. Absolutely. If each one of the Lord of the Rings movies was the length of the Snyder cut Justice League, 100%.
The most Lord of the Rings I can handle is that Leonard Nimoy video for the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins.
That is awesome.
Yes, the girls who are probably now in their 80s or 90s.
70s.
Now get that, and then get the Rocket Man by Shatner. Put them on a loop. How awesome would that be?
Rhaegar, I don't care. I can't express to you how much I don't care. I have a friend whose centerpiece of his kitchen table is Middle Earth.
Oh, nice. I can be friends with your friends.
Oh no, he's a dork.
Wait, did he make it out of potatoes?
I don't know what he made it out of, but Jesus God, it was like the levels of nerd. I mean,
there is a new Lord of the Rings movie coming out.
Yeah, it's an anime. It's an anime prequel.
No.
Thank goodness.
It will
it's
be the
produced
longest
by the same people who did the main trilogy.
Breen, it's gonna be the longest animated film ever.
There's a guy that I was delivering pizzas to once on the base up near here.
Avatar is the longest animated film ever.
I actually delivered a pizza to a guy, but his name is Strider. Real first name, and his parents named him that because of Strider.
Wait. You delivered a pizza and you didn't eat the pizza before you delivered it?
My dad did that. My dad was a
Only
pizza
sometimes.
delivery boy for like a week, and then his last day he couldn't find the address, so he ate the pizza, he drank the soda, and he just never went back to work the next day. It's like, Dad, it's a pretty badass story. He's like, couldn't find the address, and they had like a whole supreme pizza. I just like, ate it, never went back to work the next day.
Well,
So, okay, here's where I'm going to put sports and Lord of the Rings together. Bob Lanier apparently had size 22 shoes. So those probably would have fit Bilbo.
Hobbits are small. They have smaller feet.
But
No,
okay,
they have-
who has the giant feet?
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that Bilbo?
Oh,
Yeah, the
well,
Hobbits-
no, they all have large feet, but it's like, okay, yeah, I have large feet, but I'm only 3 feet tall. So how big are your feet gonna be? It's like,
but when you actually looked at the actors that were actually human and they had wear shoes over to actually cover things, so they actually had
Correct.
big feet.
that is correct. So if it was a normal sized person with Hobbit size, it's all relative. Size is relative. So if I had the same size feet at 6 feet that a Hobbit would have at 3 feet, then yeah, I'd probably wear.
You know what I just decided?
I'm a dork.
I'm already bored.
This is my thing. As much as I love comics, the Lord of the Rings is my holy grail of nerddom. That's my thing.
So
You don't tell that to girls you date.
She's
right
okay
away,
with
do
it.
you?
on a serious
That's
note,
how I can tell if they're worthy of dating, if they're okay with it.
on a
And-
serious note, Breen,
Yeah.
which puts you to sleep faster? Madman in a Box for 2 hours or Lord of the Rings?
Well, I'd have to see if Pixel and Chris, and maybe throw in Joe and Jimmy, if they were talking about Lord of the Rings for 2 hours, could they make it at least entertaining enough to hold my attention? Because the Doctor Who stuff, that's hard.
Pixel, if you're watching this, I dare you. Let's do a 2-hour Lord of the Rings stream. Let's do it.
I told Marania I
You and me.
like Pixel, but unless Jimmy's on that show is dead. Jimmy livens it up at least a bit.
I like Chris.
Or Zach,
Jimmy-
you could do a reenactment of the whole movie for him.
Jimmy is to Mad Men in a Box what you are to these streams, Vic.
And that's why people watch them.
Wait a second. Now, okay, Jeff, if they're going to do that, do they at least they hand out like cyanide capsules so that at some point when it's clear it's never going to end?
Eric's like, I'm wearing my red shirt. Kill me off.
Yeah, but you that's sort of on you to get them beforehand, so you can decide when you want to take them. I've got a supply here.
Captain Marvel. At
Definitely.
least Brie Larson is, hot. Maybe not as Captain Marvel, but I'd rather look at her
Liv
than
Tyler is hot.
giant
Liv Tyler over
feet
Brie Larson.
people.
Okay, the camera isn't. You don't see the feet in every shot. Maybe.
But
I don't care.
one of the best things about Liv Tyler is that she got her dad's lips. That really helped her,
Actually, I think Liv Tyler looks hotter with the elf ears than in real life.
Okay,
No.
all right. Well, okay.
I'll give you that.
Zach, the fact that God, you might be on the way to hoodwinking somebody else into taking your last name just astounds me at times like this. And
She's a nerd.
Liv Tyler was at her hottest during Empire Records.
I also want to point out that she may be a nerd, but she doesn't know you do this stuff. You don't stream with us.
That's true.
And I'm actually gonna have to go side with Breen on this one. I think she looked really smoking hot with the ears. Her and the girl in The Hobbit. What was her name? Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly.
Lilly.
Oh, yeah.
She was okay, but not as much.
Kirstie Alley before she got fat the first time.
Oh, from
I was gonna say curse out before she died.
oh, she looked hot.
Before she croaked off, she looked pretty good. Not so much now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Cher before she aged. Oof.
Oh, I saw a bunch of old videos of Cher when she would do crossovers, I guess, with Carol Burnett when they would
Carol
guest
Burnett
appear.
dressed up as Cher.
I saw that video where they switched wardrobe. It's like Carol Burnett looks like the most out of place person.
Keep in mind that Cher was a young adult in the 60s. It's time to give it up, Cher. There's only so many times Botox can work.
Well,
true.
I would say we gotta get Madonna off stage. She had a pole to hold her up because she at 65 she cannot move anymore.
Is Madonna really 65?
Yeah.
God, I'm old.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
she's mid 60s.
Speaking of music, now Breen and I will probably be the only one that will follow me on this. Blondie or Pat Benatar?
Blondie.
You were one or the other back in the day.
Blondie.
Pat Benatar.
Blondie all the way.
Blondie.
Zach doesn't
yeah.
like
Well,
Michelle
you gotta remember
Pfeiffer,
that
so-
Blondie is Debbie Harry is
Debbie Harry.
78 now.
Yeah.
Pat Benatar, who I said she's Rhaegar was talking about Kirstie Alley, kind of base. So is Pat Benatar.
Yeah.
She kind of, if she's not to the right, she's definitely closer to the center. So she's, I like her. I have no idea what Debbie Harry's politics are, nor do I care.
I don't know, but Debbie
But-
Harry has always been hot though.
Yeah,
Always been
Debbie
hotter.
Harry, at their hottest, she's hotter than Pat Benatar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
now,
Pat Benatar's hot.
Pat Benatar's got a great voice, sings well. Debbie Harry sings better and it looks better, but
There
not,
she had
not a slide against Benatar.
look up "Dreaming" and then we're singing it live. And look at
Seen
Deborah Harry on there. She's just
Well,
hot.
there's a video for Heart of Glass where she's in this little yellow dress and she looks
Yep.
hot. I mean, she's Yeah, she was
one way or another.
as Kenny Mayne used to say, she had it taking place.
I will say Debbie Harris does have a cuter nose.
Harry.
Debbie Harry, excuse me.
Yeah, that's because she's lucky she still has it without the amount of all the coke that
Wait. Chick from Swamp Thing. Are you saying Adrian from Barbeau? Or are you saying the girl?
I think he means the CW show, huh?
Well, it wasn't CW. It was
or not CW. You know what I meant.
DC Universe.
No, Rhaegar. Not everything is cute to me. Michelle Pfeiffer exists.
And Adrian Barbeau has some
everything is cute to him except for someone who legitimately is. Now I'm curious. Which Swamp Thing? Because Adrian Barbeau, I think her face cracked a few years ago. Now, if you're saying, I wonder what Kari War looks like now. Speaking of Swamp Thing chicks,
Debbie Harris.
Barbeau, Swamp Thing.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Debbie Harris was Foggy Nelson's fiance that ended up cheating on him with that Savage dude.
Oh, seriously? That is an actual character? I just thought I mispronounced the name.
Wow.
Adrian Barbeau is not that. I'm sorry.
He was a blonde in the sequel to Swamp Thing.
Oh, Heather Locklear.
Yeah.
Oh. Heather Locklear.
Instead of asking us, you can just look this up on Google now. We have the internet now.
I know. Why do I not have another window open?
Oh,
no. I mean, Rhaegar's trolling us, by the way.
Yeah. Rhaegar.
Actually, Rhaegar is not. Rhaegar is an astute person, even intellectual, and he really does like Lizzo. He loves riding the wave.
I think that's the first time he's.
Wait, so if you want to ride the wave, just wait till she jumps in the pool.
Excuse me, she is the pool.
Oh, say that'd be riding the tidal wave, but still.
Tsunami? Yes.
Oh, Jackson, you know this as well as I do. That was the great 80s debate.
I would have robbed the big for Heather Locklear back in the day.
I think Locklear beats Thomas.
Oh, I disagree. Heather Thomas.
They're pretty much the same, but I'd have to say Thomas.
Heather Thomas looked more. Heather Locklear looked like she was kind of like Farrah Fawcett's younger sister with the hair. Heather Thomas was just a bombshell. Heather Locklear was hot. Heather Thomas was just at her peak was just insane.
Mariah, paper bag.
What the? Seriously?
Yes.
Haley Atwell is hot, man.
No, Haley Atwell is the hottest man's face woman I have ever seen. She's got a man's face. It's still hot.
You see her in like
pull that off.
It's
Zach,
weird.
Listen to me now.
Okay.
Listen to me now. Believe me later.
Yeah, listen to me now. Come on, Zach. No. You see her in the last one. They just did
Mission Impossible.
Last Mission Impossible. She's cute in there. And then you see her outside of that. It's like, whoa.
Oh, you've got to be kidding, MK. That's not even a choice.
It really isn't.
No, it's the only time Brie Larson can even get in that conversation is, in one of her, she's sweating a little bit in that tank top in Kong Skull Island.
I will say, if you get past like post Captain Marvel, like when she hosted the Late Show instead of Jimmy Kimmel that one time.
Oh my God, that was that! I can't believe that was her.
It's like, wow, her PR agent was like, okay, you're tanking. We need to do something to up your numbers.
I was gonna say because previous when she was Captain Marvel, I saw Brie Larson was about as hot as Amber Turd.
You know what they should have done?
No, Amber Heard. Before we thought she's crazy. Now she physically looks disgusting.
You know how Brie Larson could have picked up hundreds of thousands of new fans and kept them to this day? If she'd conducted the interviews as guest host sitting on the desk and not behind it.
Oof.
Charlize Theron. Sorry.
Charlize Theron.
Now, if you're saying, but if you're saying Amber Heard before she got with Johnny Depp, before all this stuff?
No, I'm going to say no.
Amber
Heard 100%. And I'll tell you why. Amber Heard may have literally shit the bed and tried to destroy Johnny Depp, but she didn't adopt 2 boys and turn them into girls.
That's
Yeah,
I don't
too.
care. That disqualifies Charlize Theron. Should disqualify her from the human fucking race.
We'll get in that case. Then we go with Megan Fox as well.
Nope,
Get
Megan
rid of
Fox
her.
did the same thing.
Yeah, I know exactly. Get her out
Oh.
of there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Now, does she have her son identify as a girl, or she dress him up
She's
like
just
that?
dressing. She's dressing
Who's
up.
Charlize or Megan Fox?
Charlize Theron is basically she's transitioning her to. She adopted 2 boys to transition them.
Rick is saying just on looks, only alone.
See, but the thing is, once you learn something about some
Yes.
people, you can't help but think it when you look
Right.
at them.
It's just like Mark Waid writes a good comic book. I can't buy him.
That's true.
He's just too many. Just one bridge too far, too many. And I said it's hard to look at Charlize Theron and not see what she's done with those kids.
When I learned that Lord of the Rings is like 6 hours long, I decided no.
And
I
I
just
said,
can't get past it. It's
that's
too long.
tough about Megan Fox because I like someone who dresses like a whore all the time.
Even in the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Yes.
How did you manage to get away with that?
When she put on she had the schoolgirl outfit and she put on the red wig.
That was in 2. Yeah.
That's the only part I've seen. I don't know what movie it's in.
That was in the second one.
Wait a minute, she's in the Turtles movies
Yeah, she's the Michael Bay.
in a schoolgirl outfit.
In the second one.
Why didn't anybody tell me about that? I mean, it's I mean, at least I know about her making out with Amanda Seyfried in whatever that movie was.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, that one.
Also, Amanda Seyfried is not that cute.
No, she's got.
Sorry.
I think they were right about saying that she looked like Gollum in Ted 2.
A little bit.
I say it's something about her. I've always liked.
If you're just joining us, this is misogyny hour.
Maybe it's,
hour 3.
you know what? I think it's her anime eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does have the really big eyes.
Yeah.
Well, she also wears her hair so tight, so it kind of looks like she's kind of bald.
Actually, Jackson, as
Yeah.
soon as this is done, it's episode 6.
Yeah, I got caught up. I saw episode 5 earlier this week.
Is that
Reacher.
Reacher?
Yeah.
I forgot that was on.
Apparently, it comes on a lot earlier in the day because Gary was reviewing it like 3 hours ago. Unless he's got enough
Special
strength
access.
to get advanced previews.
He might get advanced previews.
That's a
might.
great show. That is a
Right.
fantastic show.
Wait, Gary from Nerdrotic, Gary?
Yeah. So Gary, is Gary been saying it's good or bad?
Loves it.
Oh, he loves it. It's good to know that he actually loves something.
It's good to know he talks about a show that he actually likes.
I know, right?
Well, again,
It's always like Star Trek's bad, Doctor Who's bad. It's like,
Well,
okay, he found something good.
okay, but that doesn't mean that he's wrong. I mean,
No, he's not. No, of course not.
I'm
No,
watching
no.
2 shows right now, and one of them is disappointing the hell out of me.
Which
and it's
one?
Fargo.
I never saw any of the Fargo.
The first 3 seasons of Fargo were phenomenal.
Oh, were
The
they?
4th one was good, but it was basically it was the message was starting to creep in. The message is all over this season of Fargo. The people like
Oh, you don't
John
say
Hamm
there.
plays a sheriff that is beaten every wife he's ever had. He's a despicable person. He kills people. But guess who he's supporting for president? Yep. Because those are the kind of people that support Trump. Didn't you see Biden's ad today?
No.
Oh, yes. So the biggest problem in America? Us.
Oh.
Aw.
And Sandra Hess all the way. Okay.
Oh, I'm crushed her all the way.
I don't know who Sandra Hess is.
She appeared. She was in the Mortal Kombat movies. She took.
Ringer!
She this is in Annihilation. I think it was the second one.
Don't you be bringing up Star Trek
First one
names
was,
in here,
first one was
Rhaegar?
Bridget Wilson. Bridget Wilson is the girl from Bill Madison. She was the teacher that he falls in love with.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Star Trek
yeah, that's
names.
right. Yeah, he just called us terrorists today.
Sandra Hess was also the Nazi that was on Lois and Clark, Adventures of Superman. She was the model that she was also secretly a Nazi. I think it was like season 2 or something. But then
That's all
she
models
also
are-
then
all
she was
models are-
also on I believe it was Baywatch Nights. She was dating the Hasselhoff on the
The
show.
Hoff.
Who doesn't want to date the Hoff?
I don't want to date the Hoff. I don't.
I'm more of a Shat fan than the Hoff.
I'd rather date Kit. The car.
Hey, if he had Kit, he wouldn't have lost his license. I can tell you that much right now. Or did he lose it?
Did he lose his license?
I don't know.
Why would he lose his license?
Was he like drunk driving or
Did you
something?
hear something, or did you read something, or are you just making up shit?
Assume something.
Nobody hassles the Hoff. That's right. All right.
It's in his name that you can,
Yeah.
though.
Ooh, trying to think.
That's funny.
Do we have any other women we're supposed to rate now, guys? I feel like
Carrie Fisher or Ray.
Carrie Fisher.
I'd go with Ray. She can still move at least, but
Okay, but Carrie Fisher from Return of the Jedi beats any look that Daisy Ridley has had.
Yes.
Okay, but someone did put, like, I guess CGI a slutty Leia costume on Daisy Ridley. So I mean, the potential's there.
yes.
Yeah, but I don't think it works.
Well,
And
Carrie Fisher was not pretty.
Remember, she's good at everything. She's a Mary Sue. She must be good in bed as well.
That's true.
She was actually good in the only other movie I ever saw her in besides Star Wars, which was Murder on the Orient Express. MK Anne Hathaway.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale all the way.
And Kate Beckinsale is pretty. I like her accent, but Anne Hathaway
Good.
wins.
Anne Hathaway is cute.
You sitting
But
down?
not-
I'm going to agree with Zach. Anne Hathaway has that. She can.
All right,
She's got that coked out.
So let's
hot slut look.
revisit this. Anne Hathaway versus Michelle Pfeiffer. Who's the better Catwoman?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
You know what I'm gonna say. It's Anne Hathaway.
I know. I just want to redeem Breen a little bit.
By
No,
knocking
I'm
me
not
down.
saying it. No, Kate Beckinsale is prettier than Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway's hotter. It's I don't know how you qualify
do
that.
Horrible things for Kate Beckinsale.
What's that?
I would do horrible things for and to Kate Beckinsale.
Nev Campbell or Selma Blair?
Selma
Campbell.
Blair.
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell.
Selma Blair. I'm not gonna give in to peer pressure. I'm not gonna fall in line with the rest of y'all.
Oh,
Nev
and
Campbell, Wild Things.
6. Oh, good. That was a good movie. And 6, by the way, Rhaegar.
She was also.
Oh my
in-
God!
Trisha helped. Oh,
That's hard. Because here's
Jerry
what I thought
Ryan.
he was good. Yeah. I would probably.
I want to go a 7 to 9.
That's tough because usually you nerds bring up.
That was actually pretty good.
that was good. That was really good. Give your writer a tip for that one. That was good.
And I said, and that that gown she was wearing when she was one of Dracula's brides in Dracula 2000 didn't suck either.
That was the only good thing about that damn movie, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know where Trisha Helfer was last seen? Was in the Van Helsing TV series as Dracula, the female version.
Well, she did a show where she was a bounty hunter about 5 or 6 years ago on ABC.
Well, yeah.
Who was this?
Well, this was like
Trisha Helfer. But now the one that usually that you nerds usually bring up that I said, if somebody says Trisha Heffler or
Katie
Katie
Sackhoff.
Sackhoff, that's the
Sackhoff.
easiest. You are on drugs.
Back off.
I want Starbucks.
Sackhoff should have been Carol Danvers.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
Nobody
no.
can convince me otherwise.
Yes.
What do you see in that man?
Why do you think all the attractive women have man faces?
I got a question.
That one does.
When she was on Battlestar Galactica, she was cuter. Now she's
True.
old.
Well, she was younger. I mean, younger.
Well, yes, but
You know who she looks like now? She looks like a badly aging, timeless Tony Storm.
oh my gosh, you're
But
right.
she was I mean she she was attractive in Longmire, but she I just never saw
I never
that.
saw Longmire.
That's Zach, based on all kidding aside, based on the stuff that I think you would like that.
Is that the Timothy Oliphant show?
No, that's
No,
Justified.
That's
That's Justified. Okay.
Ooh,
Dear
at least-
God, you haven't watched Justified either? I have too much work to do. I just have to. I'd throw in the towel.
All right.
I've seen
Ooh.
all the first 5 seasons.
I'll
I
add it
didn't
to the
get-
list.
Oh,
The ever-growing list.
Alicia Witt or Michelle Pfeiffer.
Who's Alicia Witt?
I have no idea who Alicia
Oh,
Witt is.
I've never heard anybody try that comparison, but Alicia Witt,
She's
oh gosh,
Two and a Half Men. She was right. Yeah.
Did you watch Justified?
Yeah.
Jeff?
She's kind of cute. I like the red hair.
Because she was the only crow with any sense. She was the lawyer of the family, and
Oh yeah, okay. Mhm.
and she
She's
was
also
Sybil
too-
Shepherd's daughter in the Sybil show where one of the Duke boys was the ex-husband.
Yes, and she
And-
was
and,
also Two and a Half Men. She was the teacher, became a stripper.
Yeah, that
was
whole
her?
Crow,
Yeah.
the whole Crow season was
Holy crap, that's a YouTube video. I saw. I said, "Holy!"
Yeah.
I couldn't take my eyes off the rest of her long enough to look at the face.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, and Charlie fucked her over. So she-
Yeah.
I know
He's
it.
like, how do you live?
Okay.
I
That's
love,
my question.
I love the little back.
Alicia Witt or anybody. Alicia Witt.
I love the son comes back in and he's like, she's like, how do you live yourself? He comes back and he's like, well, Charlie actually drinks every day.
And speaking of Duke boys, I got to meet.
We're not ready to do boys.
No, someone says then
John
Duke-
Schneider. Whichever
I
one
gotta-
is John Schneider wins.
I-
Pa
I
Kent
met him.
all day.
I
Todd
met him.
was the one in Sybil.
Actually,
I've
there
met-
was a Smallville episode where the other Duke boy showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was his
a
friend.
Smallville, yeah.
Oh yeah. Who is and speaking of 40-Year-Old Virgin, who is the girl, the blonde in that?
The blonde from 40-Year-Old Virgin?
She played his wife.
Google Leslie Mann or Elizabeth Banks?
Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann's cute.
Yes.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth
watch-
Banks.
If you
Depends.
watch that scene with her in Showgirls,
I like her in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Elizabeth Banks or Katherine Heigl?
oh, Elizabeth Banks. any
Elizabeth
damn day.
Banks.
I think Catherine Heigl is
Catherine
funny.
Heigl.
Katherine Heigl, because you know what she's from? Knocked Up.
She's
yeah.
she's
Isn't that funny?
it's funny how she was saying stupid things long before everybody was, so she was kind of ahead of the curve, and her career was pretty much over by the time everybody else made it saying stupid things at cottage industry.
MK Terry Hatcher.
Yeah,
Erica Durance.
Erica Durance.
Erica Durance.
Unless you're talking about
Terry
cool
Hatcher.
surfaces, in which case,
I think Terry Hatcher is actually aged better than Erica Durance's.
I haven't seen Erica Durance in a
I
while. So.
Now,
Wasn't she in one of the CW crossovers?
That was about 4 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost.
speaking of Margot Kidder,
But she's gotten worse since then.
Mm.
But Saranda Swan has been phenomenal.
Saranda Swan. I saw her in
Reacher.
another show before Reacher. I think it was Breakout Kings.
Yes.
She was pretty good in that one. Oh, Jay didn't hear. Jeff, who did you meet from Dukes of Hazzard?
John Snyder, Bo.
John Snyder.
He was up here at Comic Con up here.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
We have
Alaska willingly.
the New,
Oh, he
so
got
New,
paid too.
So- New Orleans has a Comic Con, not Comic Con. They call it Fan Expo now. But I was looking at some of the comic creator guests they have coming. First of all, they have a lot of celebrity guests. They have all 4 hobbits from Lord of the Rings in New Orleans. They also have Bruce Campbell and Danny Trejo. But what was really exciting? Where did they go? Comic creators. That's what I'm looking for. They had everyone's favorite milkshake girl, Heather Antos.
Oh, Missy Elliott.
No, Heather Antos is
No.
in New Orleans. Also, Brian Azzarello, who we were just talking about,
Yeah.
and Ryan Otley.
Ryan, I'll be cool to talk to.
Yeah. And Jay Lee, that guy who does those comic covers you love so much.
I can't,
You can come tell him what you really think, Pinkman.
wait, you mean Jay Lethal?
No, Jay
Oh.
Lee.
Phil.
Now
No,
we've
Lee.
got this one coming up in April. Umberto Ramos is coming up.
Oh, nice. I like him.
And also Claudia Christian.
Oh yeah. Humberto Ramos has got a new Spider-Man book coming out now.
He
His
does.
artist-
The one by Greg Weisman, Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, based on how Greg Weisman wrote Gargoyles, I hope he writes a lot better than that.
And
I might give it a try. I might try issue 1.
Have you heard of Chad Hardin?
No,
No.
He's coming up. So
Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick, I've heard of. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, or
And
whatever.
we're getting Jason Mewes and Claudia Christian.
Peter
Clyde Christian,
Cullen's
that's
going to
cool.
be in New Orleans too. What?
So
There's a lot of people they got in New Orleans. I wish I was going. They have a ton of
Nolans.
Nolans. Nobody
No.
says it like that.
Now,
Nobody says it like that.
No, Orleans.
Freaking tourist. Nobody says New Orleans. That's how you that's how you point out who's not really from here. They
Okay,
say
how do you say it?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Almost one word, but just like the slightest little space in between.
Nuance.
Jenna Ortega. MK.
Jenna Ortega.
Rachel Zegler is like the AOC of Hollywood.
Together at the same time.
now, going back to the Margot Kidder or the chick who was Zod's assistant in the original Superman 2.
Valerie Perrine?
No, there was the 3 people. There was
Oh.
Zod. From
Some-
Superman 1 and 2.
Oh,
the
Sarah
original.
Sarah Douglas.
Yes, Sarah Douglas.
Okay.
She the one with the angry eyebrows? Or she's
Yeah,
like-
I got to go Sarah Douglas because
Yes.
A, she's still breathing, and B, I just never thought Margot Kidder was that attractive.
Right. She is,
Yeah,
but she's
she-
nowhere
she
near
was-
as good as Sarah Douglas.
She
Margot-
worked as Lois
Margot-
Lane, but it just I just never found her.
I would say Margot Kidder is
I'm
the
with
one you
Breen on
marry,
that.
but the other two you have a threesome with.
Alice Eve.
But-
Alice Eve runs circles around.
Terry
Vanessa
Terry
Kirby.
Hatcher seems like a sweetheart though. It doesn't seem like a crazy weirdo liberal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet she is.
she's
Desperate
got moments.
Desperate Housewives, bro. I'm just gonna say that got a little. As she got older, she got cuter.
Well, so have I.
Who said
Yeah,
that?
we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
You
go
know
with
what, Geekies, you did get better looking off camera.
Yes, exactly. That's why I stay off camera now.
Now you're just the monitor from Halo.
Never seen Halo.
It's a video game.
It's a video game. It's
Okay,
Xbox.
well, that's probably why I've never seen it.
He was a floating orb, a silver orb, and he would he controls the library and stuff. So he was like, yeah. Jessica Coolidge, Stifler's mom, or Jennifer Lopez.
All right, you
Neither.
Coolidge every day of the week.
What?
I bet
Jennifer
she takes it
Lopez.
in-
She
I bet
Jennifer
you
Lopez
Jennifer
got
Coolidge takes it in the back. I bet you.
Jennifer Lopez.
His love
is
has back.
attractive.
Lopez.
Jennifer Coolidge. I do like that commercial. That well, what do you protect me from? Mostly yourself. That's good. I like that. Have you seen that?
I probably have. I know she was in it. Was probably
She's in a, I think it's for a credit card or something like that, where she's
Yeah.
got that guy that like basically keeps her from,
was it Old Navy?
No, it's
There's that one too.
but it's a series of commercials, and I didn't even realize because I know she was on a successful show that I never watched, so I don't remember which one it was, but
Oh,
yeah,
Super
Capital
Girls.
One.
She was on
Oh.
Two Broke Girls for a while.
Okay, I never saw that because I have taste.
And actually, it was
that-
pretty good.
Kat Dennings is pretty hysterical in that show.
Yeah, but that
and she's cute to boot.
but that
So
show was
but you know
just
that did
so
you know
bad.
but you know where the blonde went to? Now she's on
No.
Night Court.
Beth Barry.
Is she really?
She's the judge.
No. That's
No,
the
no,
blonde.
no.
No, that's the blonde from Big Bang Theory.
Yes, that's the blonde from Big Bang Theory.
You sure?
Yeah,
Not
Absolutely
not Katie
100%
Coco, the other one, the shorter one.
yeah.
Really?
She's the one who
It's-
looks
oh, yeah.
It's not the
okay,
tall
the one
blonde from
thing-
Two
the
Broke
one
Girls.
thing-
Bernadette.
She's
Is
about
Bernadette,
she's
thank
about
you.
6 cup sizes bigger than the broke girl.
This is true. This is true.
Well, I never watched the show, so I wouldn't know that she was that bigger.
You've never seen a picture of her pop up on it. Okay, so like she has a Big Bang Theory would be on Tuesday nights. Her boobs would show up on Monday.
Yes. Yes. She's got a.
She was blessed.
Yes, she was very, very, very blessed. Nice set of lungs on her, I'm telling you.
19 minutes of this, guys. How do you get canceled?
Just
And-
getting started.
Okay,
and we
hey,
still-
no,
and we,
let's.
no. We still have double digits, which is really crazy.
Okay, all right. Kat Dennings or Beth Bear,
Kat Dennings.
Wait, who is Beth Bear?
the other
Yeah, I
one, the other broke girl.
Oh, okay,
Oh, the blonde, the tall, skinny blonde.
okay.
Kat Dennings.
All right,
Okay. Yeah.
Megan the Stallion or Cardi B.
I'd rather go gay.
Syphilis or
Refrain.
gonorrhea?
Okay,
Jump out the window.
um,
Duke style.
Lizzo or Marlon Brando in the last scene of Apocalypse Now.
The second one.
Oh,
Do I,
what
do I
was
get
it?
to just wake up from that nightmare?
Oh, Nia Jax or Nyla Rose?
I've got to go Nia Jax for obvious reasons.
William Shatner or Harrison Ford? I'm gonna do some equality. We're gonna do guys. No, I'm just-
Wait a second. Screenshot that. We're gonna do guys.
Somebody
I
clip
think
that.
I'll think screen. Yeah, clip that. Screenshot is just like take a picture.
Okay, whatever. I couldn't find a video earlier today. You know what? Though? I may be 61 and technologically ignorant, but I didn't suggest let's go do guys.
That might be the new clip on Twitch. I'm gonna go.
That's true. You clip stuff on Twitch?
Sometimes
That'll be the new.
What's
app-
over
new
there,
app
Bankman?
channel.
What don't I know about?
the truth comes out, Jackson.
Well, apparently so did Zach.
This is why I don't tell my girlfriend that I stream.
What?
Of course you'd be upset.
She probably knows you don't stream when you're. Oh, never mind.
Well, the fact you said, let's talk about guys.
No, he said let's do guys.
I'm trying to be nice here.
There's a difference.
Rhaegar's right. That is such a 2013 joke.
You're not Professor Pixel. Okay? You're fine.
You mean I'm not Professor Pixel?
He used to stream from the
I have
closet.
facial hair. I have facial hair.
You also, your balls pretty much
That's right.
dropped
That's
too.
right. That's true. He did have the Harry Potter situation going.
He's still got it going.
Does he still? No, he doesn't. He
No,
got a
no.
bigger closet then.
Go look at our streams from like earlier streams on the channel, and then look at it now. Look at him now when he pops up.
Mhm.
He hasn't changed at all, really. His hair, maybe his style is a little shorter, but
I saw him fairly recently on camera somewhere. I don't remember how long. It might have been a week or two ago.
this is such a male stream. You just forget that on Quinn. I said it. I said to Miss Stott. I said minute into this, it was like Miss Misogyny hour.
This is yeah.
It's
I'm
misogyny
surprised
hour,
we made it
basically.
this long.
Emma Roberts, Emma Thompson.
Wait a
Who's
second.
Emma Thompson.
Emma
Yeah,
Thompson,
who's Emma
30 years ago. Well, she's about
she?
30 years older than Emma.
Oh, she's the older. Yeah, she's the she's one of the professors from Harry
I
Potter.
mean, you might as well say Emma Thompson and then oh god, what's her name?
Julia Roberts.
Emma Watson.
No. She's
Emma
she's
Watson.
Helen Mirren.
Oh,
Hell,
Emma
if you're
Mirren.
gonna
Oh, Helen Mirren.
Do you remember Helen Mirren in the Mosquito Coast?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I saw the Mosquito Coast.
Well, you don't have to just look it up. She was ridiculously hot in her youth.
Hey, you know who used to be smoking hot in her youth is Dame Judy Dench
Yeah.
and Betty White on top of it.
Oh, if you ever seen
Betty
Advise and Consent, 1962 movie.
And
She played
just-
the only female senator. She was really, really pretty.
what do you think, Zach?
Which
I
one?
should just cut this and just upload 20 minutes of us just rating women.
Just make it its own video. I think
Yeah, the
that'd be
thumbnail and
hilarious.
everything, and have all the
Say-
women on there.
If you're easily triggered, do not watch this.
And what I'll
See
do is
how-
what I'm going to do is upload on I Love Comics.
But it's not about
and,
comics.
and
Because that way he gets in trouble, not us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you know,
Ooh, Audrey Hepburn or Zach?
Audrey Hepburn.
Cam
Nice.
Newton.
I don't know. You get Zach in that hat, I might just have to.
They
go
looked
with that.
exactly the same.
And it's
That's right.
Catherine Hepburn.
Oh, sorry.
If we're just talking about people that wore that hat.
Oh yeah, it is.
So it's Catherine, Cam, and Zach.
Yeah,
Well,
And the guy from One Piece.
Luffy, Monkey
Whoever
D.
that is.
Luffy.
Kathy
King of the
Bates-
Pirates. Show him respect.
Kathy
Wait a
Bates and
second.
Melissa-
Wait a second. Am I a wrench on this channel? Because if I am, Rhaegar's gone.
I finished my cake. I don't know. You have to post in there. I don't know if you are. I think you are. You and Marania. Marania could have ended this a long time ago.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Put user in timeout.
Why? Because you said Kathy Bates or Melissa McCarthy?
Yes.
We don't know the answer to that one.
Did we lose
Audrey.
Marania? I'm looking for Marania, and I think there. Okay, there she is. I haven't heard her for like 20 minutes.
His suicide and option on that last one.
It's assisted suicide.
I thought Melissa McCarthy lost a bunch of weight, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she found most of it, though.
She misplaced it.
Wow, the last comment from Marania was 10:14, like 15 minutes ago.
She doesn't look bad. I mean, she's lost some weight. Her face looks not as round.
Zach, I have no idea who those two girls are.
Those are the two cutest Doctor Who girls in existence.
Okay, that's why. I don't know. I've
Jenna
never
Coleman,
watched
because she's the best doctor ever.
Well, Karen
Jenna
Gillan,
Coleman's not the doctor.
she was in the Guardians movie, but
TARDIS.
she was also the girl in the shorts in Jumanji.
Yes. 10 points to Breen.
Jenna Coleman was in the Sandman Netflix show.
Yes, that's true.
She's supposed to Constantine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Joanna.
she's also cute.
Still don't know.
They're cute British. Karen Gillan actually has a Scottish accent, so it's like
That's okay.
attractive.
We'll try to find someone closer to your age. Jenna Elfman or
Jenna Elfman's pretty cute.
I met her.
Oh, really?
so it's
I
even
was-
more personal.
I was an extra in a movie called Love American Style or something like that. It was really horrible. And I was on my hands and knees for something, and her husband actually stepped on my foot, stepped on my hand. And then I walked outside, afterwards, and she was coming up to visit her husband, and she was there. Really nice lady. Looked hot.
You're in the hands and knees with Jenna Elfman in a movie.
No. Her husband.
Oh, her husband. That's even worse.
Yeah, it was in hell. Yeah.
I would be too if I was in a movie.
No, the
on my
scene
hands and
was in
knees.
hell, supposedly.
Are we gonna wrap this up anytime so we can go watch Reacher?
Yeah, I'm about to say, Reacher sounds really good right about now.
Okay,
Yeah, speaking of Jenna Elfman
Reach.
as a Reacher.
Reacher or talking about women we have no shot with.
All right, Marania. Okay, we'll help you out.
MK gets the spirit of what I was trying to do. It's like
Jason
the
Momoa or
ladies.
The Rock. There you go.
The Rock. I think The Rock.
That was pretty
Rock's-
close. That's pretty fast.
No, I can't say that. I was going to quote Tim Curry, but then that would have made me into a Zach. There's a line from
Rocky Horror Show.
no, it's because I do the rock myself, so that wouldn't have worked. So
Or you can do the old April Wine song. I want to rock myself to sleep thinking about you.
MK, Henry Cavill, by the way.
Denzel Washington or Will Smith.
Denzel. Because Denzel's not a little bitch.
keep Denzel's name out your mouth.
I gotta ask though, Zach, why are you answering these? These are from Marania.
Well, Marania's not answering fast enough. I'm putting the answers I think Marania's going to say.
If you're going to compare hot guys, you got to be quick to answer quicker than Zach,
Because he wants to do guys.
because he would be right there with his finger on.
There
the
you go.
button.
She says Denzel is the man.
I told you. See? That's right. I knew.
All right. John Lithgow or John Candy?
Now that we know who Zach's dream man is, can we go watch Reacher?
Yeah.
All right.
My dream man is Chris Pratt, first of all.
Pre-muscles or post-muscles?
Good night, Jackson.
Post.
Going to the Nightmares won't be any worse tonight.
Star-Lord Chris Pratt.
Eric Breen or Geekeasy? Jackson Whitekirk.
You know my dream man is.
Reacher.
I was gonna say Alan Richardson, because right now it's only a dream.
Good night, everybody.